Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the Night Shift Let's Talk Gaming. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, beautiful people. Thank you for rocking with us.
Absolutely. Now, as you can see, we are joined by two amazing guests. Y'all already know who they be. Right beneath me, you see the man, Sir X-Man. What a dope ass name,
Let's
man.
go.
Sir X-Man. What's good, man? Thank you for being here.
I'm not even going to tell you how I designed that game because that was not my first gamer tag name for Xbox.
Really?
But we'll get into that later if you really want to know.
All right. That'll be a special treat. That'll be a special treat, man. But thank you, brother. Really appreciate you.
Let's go.
You know, you're a valued person here. We love the fact that you were able
First
to make some time for us.
on our stream.
Yes.
On our channel. That's amazing. Thank you.
I've been in so many people's show. Might as well be on yours too. Except for dirt.
Well.
I haven't been on the dirt on Monday. And one day I want to be there just to hit that smoke also, because I be hitting them with the smoke in the chat.
Yeah.
Where does he think of this stuff?
I get you.
That's it, man.
We gonna talk, bro.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And then obviously, you know the dude right there. You see him, the man, the myth, the legend, Dirt motherfucking Griggity. That's official. He changed his name. It's the motherfuckers in the middle. You gotta add it now.
Oh,
And you gotta say it with your chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's happening, y'all? Thanks for the invite. I'm happy to be here, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat out there, TTSing already. So let's go ahead and get this started, y'all.
Absolutely.
CMoney.
CMoney IB.
That's you. I mean, lights off today? What a romantic setup you've got going on over here.
I got some new lights. So I figured let's see how that looks
Oh.
live.
Oh, I thought you was getting ready to have another toddler with that light. That's what I thought.
Listen,
They know how I am in this chat, dude. I got my friends in there.
I feel like I was always so bleached. I looked a lot whiter than I actually am. So
Yes.
it's like, you know what? Maybe you put some real lights in here. Can
You're
give me a
Latino,
little
right?
complexion.
You're Latino,
I
right?
like that.
You're Latino,
What?
right? You're Latino, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Puerto Rican.
okay.
That's an average
Oh, Latino,
complexion
yep.
for a Latino.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But without the light, because of the shitty light we have here, it just bleaches me and turns me to super white. You know what I'm saying?
At least you didn't do a Michael Jackson, man.
Facts. I wasn't too far away with those damn lights on. I can tell you that much.
God, Erickson says CMoney using some Instagram girl filters.
That's cold, man.
Oh
That's
my
cool.
gosh.
That's
funny.
unnecessary. All right.
Here comes the slander on you, dude.
It never ends.
The slander never ends. That is the truth. Dirt knows how I feel. You know what I mean?
Dirt, there's a request for you.
Oh my
No,
god.
Spider-Man,
You
don't
see?
start.
Oh no!
Hey, listen, don't start, because last time I was on somebody's show, somebody said some jokes in there, and all hell broke loose.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Uncle Tom because people like a black person cracked a joke on me. So don't start it, please. Don't start.
Oh my god.
I actually thought of a new name for you, Dirt, that you should love.
What's
The
that?
Dark Lord of Xbox.
Hey, I like that one.
I knew you would.
I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you, I be thinking of stuff.
That works, man. That works. So but it is obviously shout out to the guests. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody up in the chat. Thank you for rocking with us, man. We're very happy that you're here with us. Listen, we have some news. Some good news. I mean, I feel like this is all good stuff for the most part. And funny stuff to me. So before we do hop into the topic, I do got to get the homie Adidas 20.
Let's
Again,
go, baby.
the slander is real.
Already?
Now he has Adina, thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you for that $5 super chat. So now he pays $5 for the green super chat to hit me with the olive that he knows that I hate.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So he hit me with the olive. You know, I hate that. Great. Thank you. Appreciate
Shout out
you
to the
making
homie
me.
Adidas.
Shout out to the homies Adidas.
What is OE?
No. You have to fill in the blanks, and that's olive.
Oreo cookie.
No, that's well,
The olives.
yeah.
Oreo.
Well, I mean,
Oreo.
CMoney's not about the olive life.
yeah, I hate olives. I love
Oh, you hate
Oreos.
olives also.
Thank you. There you go.
Oh,
He
yeah,
just
yeah,
gave you a
olives.
compliment. Oreo cookie.
Do you
I'm
like
with you,
olives?
olives. I'm with you with olives. I don't care
Oh,
for
you
olives.
see? Come on, man.
I don't really care for them. Yeah.
There you go. See, this is the reality of the world. Everybody else is just lying. All right.
Man,
I don't
green
believe
olives
you.
are the bomb. I grew up on green olives. Don't play with me.
Oh man.
So this is what we're gonna do then, you guys. Through Discord, send CMoney little clips eating olives.
No thanks.
Yes.
Why would you do that? They already
Listen,
do that
I
for
don't know. I just come up with ideas.
No
And
thanks.
get those
Okay, this is
big giant olives and put them on there. The big ones that come in the bottle.
Oh, you know what this one is right here. You know what this one is.
this is abuse. Okay.
A little bit right before the show.
I'm just saying that this is abuse. Okay.
Man,
So just in case
man.
anybody's
Mustard.
confused.
See, Adidas is just trying to show you the colors. He's making sure that because you work prescription glasses, he's making sure that you can see the colors right.
Well,
All he's trying to do is help you out, bro.
I appreciate it.
Don't be
Adidas.
ungrateful.
Thank
See,
you
that's
so
the
much.
mustard yellow,
So
Yeah.
and
he's
the other
just
one was
trying to-
olive
yes.
green.
And he's trying to insult without looking like he's insulting.
Exactly. As they do. No, but it's all good, man. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. All right. Now, show proper, right? New Xbox showcase announced. Now, this is the Xbox partner preview.
Mhm.
They just came out on the tweet. What was it yesterday or the day before? No, yesterday, right? Letting everybody know that they will be back on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, with a new partner preview. They did give a few games that they were highlighting. The Konitsugami Path of the Goddess by Capcom. That's that weird, dope looking ass, game that they have. Tales of Kenzera Zao, and the first Berserker Kazan. Right. So, we did a video yesterday on this, actually, just kind of showing the videos of these things and kind of talk about it. It's those three right there are pretty dope. And if you read it, they do say they're going to have more than a dozen, right? More than a dozen games at the show. So they told us 3. More than a dozen means at least 13. But would you really say more than a dozen if it's just one more? Maybe 14 games, right? I'm thinking there's another 10 to 11 games that they're going to show. And it's exciting, man. I don't know if you guys liked the first one from before the end of the year, but they had bangers in there, right?
Yeah.
Like they had Snake Eater, right? The Metal Gear Solid Delta, right?
Which was a surprise because we was expecting that to be a PlayStation show.
Yes,
Well, it
and we
was
got
a
the
PlayStation.
better
Oh,
one.
no, yeah,
they got just the
announcement.
Right, we actually
We
saw
got
more. Yeah,
we saw gameplay. We saw it actually running.
They
So
don't
we
have
definitely
any
got the
money to pay for the rights to the game.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, homie.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, listen, on top of it, this is our second announcement of a show that Xbox is putting on in just 3 months, man. In a world where not too long ago, PlayStation came out and confirmed that they have 0 games coming in the next year and a half or so.
They did. You're not making that up, CMoney. They said it.
They said it, dude.
said it,
But
exactly.
sometimes I feel like I'm making it up because they acted like that shit didn't get said to them. Like that shit was straight up told to them, to their face.
Right.
But they live in that denial, bro. Yo, that copium is hard. I told you, I chatted you yesterday. I was like, yo, they're the kings of self-soothing, yo. They can figure out how to make themselves feel better about themselves 100%.
Yeah, it's
but
called Pornhub on this system.
It is.
The stress releaser.
Oh my god.
Stress relief.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Got my lotion.
Oh shit. In the picture.
Oh god, I got Doodle started. Oh shoot. She just started.
Look at what you
Doodle
did.
be going.
Look at what you did. So I'm very excited, man. I think there's gonna be a lot of dope shit. I think Game Pass is the exciting part for me. Obviously, on top of it is to see which one of these games are coming in. Like we know a few of these games, like that Path of Goddess that's already coming.
Yeah.
That's already in Game Pass. I almost kind of feel like they highlighted these 3 games as a way of being like, hey, these will be on Game Pass. Like maybe. But what do you guys think about it, man? Like Dirt, when you heard that this was happening, were you expecting another show so soon? Is this the type of show you were expecting? And what are you kind of expecting from it? What are you feeling, brother?
Well, I wasn't expecting another show so soon. Even though it's a third-party show partner preview, I love the transparency, because even sometimes when Xbox is transparent, people still expect it to be more than what it is for whatever reason. But yeah, I love it, man. To have these smaller shows throughout the year, as well as still have your big show in June. I love it, man. Because even the other platforms, they have their little smaller shows here and there, but I believe Xbox has so much content first party, they're able to have a developers direct and their showcase in June, but they also have a lot of third party content, and some of that content is going into Game Pass, which is obviously their platform.
Facts.
They want to advertise that. So to have a little show like this, I'm not saying all of these games they show tomorrow is going to be in Game Pass, which I don't think that's the case, but definitely some of them are. Like you said, the Path of Goddess is already confirmed to be in Game Pass at last year's showcase. So these smaller shows, I love it, man. And as a gamer, because like before I'm a Xbox gamer, I'm a gamer, right? So to like for them to show some more games that's coming, maybe some games catch my interest, maybe some games don't. But I love these little shows like this, because right now I'm playing a game called Banishers. I knew nothing about this game, right?
Banishers.
Banishers
I still want
is
to
a
play
good game, dude.
I'm loving it. I knew nothing about it, right? I saw like a trailer maybe a week before release. I said, that looks interesting. And I'm loving it. Like absolutely loving the game so far. So there might be some games I have no idea about. Small shows like this. Because by me being an Xbox guy, they're gonna have my undivided attention. Oh, damn, that game was good. Let me put that on my wish list. So yeah, I love these types of shows. And I think that's the shows that Xbox is as people try to make you think they're not in a good place because they put 4 little punk ass games on other platforms, and maybe some more in the future. Oh, Xbox is dead. No, Xbox is fine. They're still in the gaming industry. They're doing fine. They have tons of content. They have tons of studios and publishers. They're doing fine. So these little small shows, I think, is great.
Absolutely, especially when you think about, like, even the way they framed all of this when they put the announcement out, like, it's all in service of letting them know that Xbox is 100% still its own platform that has first party games, but it also has third party games. And I gotta tell you, man, when you read it, it says Xbox, comma, Windows, comma, or Game Pass, like games that are going into them, and
Right.
they break out Game Pass separately. And I like that because, I think the big difference when we watch these showcases from Xbox versus when PlayStation puts on their little showcases for third party or Nintendo does it, what they're showing you are just games that you can buy everywhere. And that's cool, right? And yeah, these games you'll be able to buy everywhere. But what's unique about Xbox is that when you do see a dope ass trailer, and then at the end it pops up that Game Pass is where it's also going to, it's like, yo, you kind of just got an exclusive for yourself, right? Like for me, like when I hear Game Pass is games on Game Pass, it's almost like it doesn't exist elsewhere for me.
Right. And let me
But
say
not
this,
for free.
right, it's not free, but
Yeah.
let me say this, because you just said something that made me think about something. I do like how Xbox is having these smaller shows now, as opposed to a couple years ago. They pretty much only had, their big show, and they will have, like show something at the Game Awards. I like it because at their showcase for maybe a couple years in a row, they had this strategy of everything they showed would be on Game Pass, right? Which is cool, but at the same time, that hurt some parts of the show because they couldn't show everything, because they had to, like, remember, was that 2022? They did the 12-month thing, and it was, So I do like them
great.
having these smaller shows to be able to show some games going into Game Pass that they might not have to show at their big show. You know what I'm saying? So I do like these smaller shows for that also because of that.
Yeah, especially without the cap, right? Because they can definitely have bigger games at the show, which they showed us they easily could, right?
Now, Dirk, you mentioned transparency, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do at times feel like we're the only ones who can hear what Phil comes out here and say. So you hear it too. I sounded tech, right? Because people seem to not understand and they want to dissect and look into his words rather than just take them for what they are. I feel like they come out here and they tell us exactly what's going on, and it's people just don't seem to understand.
Yep.
You ready for my point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like what Doodle said. Yes, transparency. I'm sorry, Miss.
No. Go ahead, dude. Finish what you got to say.
Transparency is important, but at the same time, they've been transparent in the past, and people still hear what they want to hear, right?
Selective hearing and
Selective.
Right, selective hearing. So, what was the name of the show? Oh, Inside Xbox. Remember those Inside Xboxes they had last generation? They had a few of them. Yep. I vividly remember because I just started my YouTube channel at that time. I vividly remember Xbox telling everybody the exact games that was going to be there. They would have everything in their little blog. Yo, these are the games, blah, blah, blah. We know the show's going to be an hour, blah, blah, blah. After the show, people were like, this show was trash. They told y'all what was going to be there. And I remember getting so angry at some of these PlayStation fanboys, and I kind of had to calm down over time to realize they're pieces of shit and they're going to hate no matter what. But I was like, they told you guys what they're going to show. They were transparent about it and still
send out the menu.
Yeah, that's how they told them. So
the hell you crying
100%,
about?
100%. And I do got to say that Tina Amini turned out to, I think, be a really good get for Xbox because she was working with IGN and they saved her from there, and she's like really on point with how she does things. And she's the one responsible for these shows. She's in charge of coordinating the shows and things like that. And she made it clear that they're going to keep the same format, which I really appreciated, because they did, like, they'll show you the trailer. It was dope game, all that fun stuff.
It was dope, man.
And then they'll put a note like, hey, on Xbox Wire, there's an interview, or hey, on Xbox Wire, there's a behind the scenes, or you know what I'm saying? Like, if you choose to dig deeper, it's there for you to dig deeper, as opposed to like, we're going to show you this trailer. Now we're going to show you this douchebag sit there and talk for 12 minutes about the trailer. Like why? You know what I'm saying? Like, not every game needs that, or not every game you want to see that from. So I do appreciate that. And
respecting the time.
Yep.
Yeah, you just got to get Lulu Chang to be in charge of advertising, because she was in communication. She'd be a perfect fit.
That's true. Lulu. I wonder what Lulu's gonna do.
Yeah, like what is Lulu doing? Yeah, she damn sure ain't at ABK anymore.
No, she out. She out. I don't know what she doing, but she definitely ain't there. All right, so X man, what do you feel about this,
my
man?
perspective on this?
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready, man.
All right. Ever since the direct, and then the thing with Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond and all that, talking about correcting all the drama and stuff like that. Now this one, then you got, I'm sorry, Xbox ponies or Pookies and all the PlayStation pony haters out there keeping Xbox in the news. Microsoft's strategy is, okay, the longer we stay in the news, the more people keep Xbox on our mind. They start keeping Xbox on our mind. So in the long run, that's going to start paying off. So lest they talk about PlayStation, good or bad, what they say about Xbox, that's going to be in the mindset of future generations coming up. And I have to say it, I'm going to say it, you're going to weed out all the fake pretenders. Also with that. So that's all Microsoft is doing. They're keeping people in their mindset. There's no better advertising when you have people still keep talking about you. Because then people say, what does Xbox have to offer? Why do they keep talking about Xbox? They keep talking about all our services in a negative light, but if it's in such a negative light, why do they keep talking about it? And then they'll really look over there and say, what do you have? What are you doing for your fans? That catches up with people eventually. And that's all I got to say on that. That's why I threw the flip. I'm going to enjoy the show tomorrow.
I like what you just brought up, because it is worth kind of, acknowledging a little bit and kind of thinking about is the fact that we always talk about how like the good news leaves so fast for Xbox.
Oh my
the bad
God.
news sticks around, right? Like as soon as anything dope happens, it's like it happens, they write a news article, right? So there's no opinion pieces, no people talking more about it, like, oh man, this is so dope. It's just like, yo, they're doing this, done, right? And then they move on, right? But then the bad thing, you hear all the opinion pieces and everybody's coming out to tell what's the problems with Xbox and what they should do and why they shouldn't be here. They should just pack up and leave, like all this bullshit.
And then people actually go and research that CMoney to say, it can't be all that bad. They're still around. So then they research what Xbox is going through and see what they're doing. And then people are like, oh, I didn't know they were doing all that stuff. That's how you catch the attention span of the casuals out there that don't switch. Because a lot of casuals, they'll do their research.
So I agree. I agree 100% with what you're saying. And so I guess my question is, when you think about that, right? When you think about all the positive stuff leaving so fast, mostly negative, but it does constantly stay. I mean, Xbox has, for good or bad, found a way to always be like in the news, right? Like they're constantly being talked about, good or bad.
It's never for good CMoney though. Like it's always the good is PlayStation did this better than Xbox, right? That's the good that they want to put out there, and that's bullshit. It is.
But they're not doing anything this year
better than PlayStation, and it should be celebrated. The one thing I can appreciate is the fact that they don't stop. They don't get knocked. Like they don't stop fighting. They keep moving forward, and that is deserving of admiring, right? You can admire that mentality, that fight in them. But the fact that they go ahead and they slander the name and they keep on knocking them, that's not cute.
Mm-hmm. So do you think, I guess my question, and I agree 100%, Doodle. I guess my question is, do you agree with the idea that they're staying in the constant news cycle, again, whether good or bad, mostly bad, but do you feel like that compares to like 2013 shit show Xbox scenario? Right, like Xbox back then had this traumatic thing that happened, and it was just a shitstorm of horribleness all the time, right?
It was
like,
bad, bro. It was bad.
Yeah, it was horrible. But like we kind of, if you really think about it, we kind of just constantly live in that perpetual moment. It's just always something different that they're using. Like, is that their way? Are they trying to just kind of keep that 2013 energy on Xbox on a constant basis just by picking a new issue to focus on forever? I mean,
you know how many people bash Microsoft live on this concept? You know how many people bash Windows on PC when Microsoft brings out a Windows thing?
That's true.
And because they bash it, they talk about it, and they talk about it. They always bring up the bad of the iteration when it first is coming out. And then they patch it. And then when you find out about the good stuff later on down the line, people are like, all right, I can get it now. That's the same principle they're applying to this situation.
Mm-hmm. And let me say something, because I love that question you just asked, CMoney. When you compare it to 2013, what's going on? Why is Xbox always somehow getting some negative news? I think 2013, unfortunately, started the extreme Xbox hate, because 360 was the shit, man. Everybody loved the 360. So when I'm telling you, everybody loved the 360. So with the Xbox One hate, it just all of a sudden made a lot of people just hate Xbox, and they wanted to continue to talk about Xbox in a negative light even to this day. you know, that podcast Phil Spencer and those guys had a few weeks ago. Before that show, we had people saying this Xbox funeral is over. They're going to announce all of their games are going to the platform. They were saying it's over. So when Phil Spencer went out there and said the 4 games that's going, he also said some other stuff like don't think all games are going because that's really not the case. Right. He said those things. But what happened after Phil said that? They said that, AB games are going to Game Pass. All of that stuff was said. People still went out there and said, yeah, for now, these games aren't going for now. They're still going in the future. I'm like, all we can go by is what Phil Spencer said. Now, if these games still go in the future, all of them will Phil lied to us, right? So as of right now, we can only go by what he said. But the hate, it's like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like you said, a perfect example of when there's PlayStation, negative PlayStation news last week, to be specific. Laying off, right? Layoffs. Everybody's having layoffs right now, but they're canceling games. They're got rid of studios. So people talked about that for one day. Like lawsuits. They talked about that for one day.
That information moved faster than the flash, man. It moved faster than the
$1 deal fell through, right? With India,
Their
right?
stock market.
Yep, gone. Xbox had layoffs in January. People was talking about that shit for 2 weeks.
People still talk about how they're
still talking about it, right?
They did that shit.
And by the way, a layoff that makes sense. They had a huge freaking merger going on. They bought ABK. That makes sense.
Yeah.
When you're broke and you're letting go of 900 people, I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah,
Can they possibly have now a newfound hate for Xbox? Because in 2013, okay, that was the situation that was happening with Xbox. Can they possibly have a newfound hate? Because it seems like PlayStation now is getting smacked the fuck up by 2013. Is that what they're feeling? Is that newfound hate?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, what in the hell flipped these tables?
It's funny because I'm glad that Crispy Rambo, I'm sorry, Crispy Bomb just said the Toys for Bob stuff. That was a couple days ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you see people freaking out? Like, are you guys paying attention to what's happening?
They playing Microsoft playing y'all with letting them go. Y'all got suckered. I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute if you get to that.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. You guys decided one of the people I was about to talk about. So people went crazy on social media. This is an L Xbox. What is wrong with you? But then you hear the stories that Toys for Bob asked. They wanted to be let go. And obviously it was not on bad terms because they're still doing the game with Microsoft. So it's like, if they would have stayed, people would have said, oh, Xbox is keeping this studio and making them do Call of Duty when they don't want to do Call of Duty. And I remember people saying, man, I wish when Xbox buy these studios, they will let them do what they want to do. Don't 100%. Force Toys for Bob and B Knox and Raven to make Call of Duty. Let those guys be creative. As soon as Toys for Bob, we're being independent. What Xbox? What the hell are they doing? This is an L Xbox. I'm just tired of this shit, man.
They want them to manage, and when they're out there managing and doing their thing and staying true to their word, right? If they want out, it's like, okay, well, let's go ahead. Let's let you guys be. We'll make a deal for whatever games we need from you guys, and that's that, right? That's also a problem. They find a way to twist everything. But let's just not forget that they're not doing what PlayStation did, grabbing people and walking their asses out, right? That's not the situation here. This is a situation in which people kind of want to go. Business decisions are made, right? Not embarrassing decisions, right? Business decisions are made. And that's the way to do it.
Now, y'all really want to head with that Toys for Bob while Microsoft pulled the okie doke on everybody? Okay. With the contract, they were under Activision. So when the deal fell through, for the AMC, whatever, the TC, whatever, they had to put any game that belonged to Activision out for every other console. That was the deal, whether it was streaming or whatever, for any other console. But now that Toys for Bob is not under Activision anymore, they can totally make games for just Xbox only. They don't have to give it to anybody else. Microsoft pulled the okie doke on them. And since they actually made deals for some of those games that are in development that were being created by them, they can keep it on Xbox and put it on Game Pass and don't have to give it to anybody they feel like. Say, give it to Xbox, give it to Steam, and they can keep stepping and say, you can't do nothing about it because it's all legal. So you can't touch Crash Bandicoot or Sly Cooper when it comes to Xbox only. That was the game that they pulled.
So the cloud deal that Xbox had with has that they have to oblige by is the cloud is part of anything that comes out of the Activision Blizzard deal goes to Ubisoft to license however which way you want. So technically, they can license the cloud versions of those games to anybody, but being that Toys for Bob's is now not part of ABK,
you're welcome.
Whatever they make is not part of that deal. Therefore, they could do whatever they want.
You're welcome.
Especially if you consider now, so X-Men, it makes a lot more sense because now if you consider they're going to want to use Toys for Bob for IP that's not associated with ABK, a la Banjo-Kazooie.
Yep.
Which is the rumor to be, that they were supposed to be working on that game. So you remove them from ABK, you remove them from that deal, all of a sudden, whatever Toys for Bob's working on,
and you can hire and you can sign the contract for them to be an independent contractor for Microsoft. That way, they're not under ABK and they're a contractor for Microsoft, just like Sony has independent contractors for some of them games, and they make contracts. So now you're under that clause where they can give it to whoever they want to. There you go.
I mean,
I can't believe people didn't see that coming.
I mean, it's not. Listen, I get it now. I think that's.
I think like Microsoft, dude. I've been with Microsoft since the 90s, dude. I know how they think.
Great observation. I did not put that together, but I do think that that's a dope way to. Microsoft gonna start breaking everybody off of ABK. Everybody gonna be independent. Oh my god, the homie G Mars.
That's why I don't question what they do.
I mean, they listen, 3 trillion. That shit don't show up because they don't know what they're doing. I mean, just be clear. G Myers, man, the homie, thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Says, what up, La Madrina?
Ooh,
C Stacks, Sir X-Man, and Dut. That's what you say. No R. It's just Dut. I think they may do these 2 or 3 times a year. I mean, listen, we do constantly hear them saying that they have so much in the works that they need.
They do, though.
They need more places to do them. I think what they just showed us right now, if I'm looking at this just based off of, I like to believe they do things in kind of trendy ways, right? So we're getting one, let's call it in the spring, right? Even though it's March, right? It's still technically winter, but let's call it like, March, springtime. But they did one in December or November. It was 4 months ago. Yeah. Right. So I think it was December, right?
No. So it was before November. Wasn't it? Yeah, I think it might have been. I don't know. Shit. It was definitely before the holidays. I do know that.
Yeah,
I know they like them at the Game Awards was damn near like a little show. They was at the Game Awards crazy last year. Had like 3 three separate things.
The Game Awards was pretty much another one of their shows.
Damn near, yeah. Big
absolutely.
Reveals, huge reveals. Blade and
Oh my god, Blade.
OD.
That shit is wild. So it says 4 months ago. Okay. So if we're in, let's say, the beginning of March, beginning of February, beginning of January, beginning of December, November. Either November. End of October or beginning of November.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, they did it. So what I see right there is that's 2, right? They're gonna now what this is telling me, they do one towards the beginning of the year,
And do one towards the end of the year.
March-ish, and then do one towards the end of the year.
That makes
right.
sense.
So now I'm already starting to believe that Xbox partner preview, we get at least 2 of them in a year. You have the direct that's going to happen every year, right?
I think they're only gonna have one direct a year though.
Yeah, I think with the direct is just like to start the year, because I think the direct is always going to be focused on
the games they're releasing the year. Yeah,
on the big pillars that they have coming this year. And then you have obviously the show, right? The summer showcase, that's going to be like kind of like you're further out, right? Like what's next after
what's
all
next?
This stuff.
100%.
Exactly.
Yep.
So we already have, like, we already know theoretically what's next for next year. So I think what that's going to equal is, like, they showed us Fable in South of Midnight last showcase, right? So it's like in-game stuff. So that means what I expect this one is now gameplay, right? Like inside Fable, inside South of Midnight, and whatever else they're going to show us.
And I'm expecting those games to drop next year too.
Yeah, next year for sure. Yeah, I don't think, I know people when they did the thing say, oh, it's still for that. I don't think so. I agree with you. I think last year they showed us what we all wanted, right? Because before that it was just nothing, right? South of Midnight, we didn't even know existed, and Fable, we just had a logo, right? So they introduced it, and for the first time, we know that first Fable was like out of desperation, right? Back when they didn't have shit coming anytime soon. So they were like, fuck it.
They had to.
Here's everything. So they let us know. They confirmed the rumors too, right? So that's why they put that little thing together.
You talking about June, right?
The June before this past June, right?
But so what you talking about the 2020 though? You talking about 2020, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the one that they kind of showed us a bunch of shit, the State of the K3, all that
early stuff that was super early, but they had to at that point, like you said, they had to let people know we have these games in development. They're far out, but they're in development. So
yeah, like this is coming in during the series generation, right? These are all the games. That's also why I refuse to believe that they're going to hold games back that they announced at that show for next gen. I just don't see that, right? So all those games have to come before next gen.
Well, a lot of these games are getting made for this gen that are in the works right now. So they're not going to hold that for next gen. They're going to have people working on the next gen pretty much starting probably maybe the middle of this year, because by the time the next gen comes out, they'll have games ready at launch. That's one thing about Xbox. I say they might not have games sometimes, but they always have games at the beginning of their gen. Every single time. They've never not had a game.
Yeah, but this gen they didn't.
Actually, they did, but they were small for some people, like the Sunset Overdrive, but they had something.
No. This gen, I'm talking about the Series X and next gen. They ain't had nothing at launch.
Well, they were still in the middle of the gen, so that's why they were able to get away with it.
So basically, their first 2 big fuck ups was launch and then 2022, right? Because launch, they were banking on Halo.
Yeah, they were.
And then Halo,
it would have been amazing, by the way.
And then it's like, well, like, they're not fucking magicians, right? Like, they can't be like, hey, let's just put these other big games here now we had to push back Halo, right?
Well, it's like me. I'm mad at Forza, CMoney. This is the first Forza that did not launch with Nürburgring. How can you not have? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ventral on this one. How can you not have Nürburgring in your Forza? I've played every Forza from the OG. How can you not have Nürburgring?
You know why? You know why? Because in the beginning, when that first game came out, they knew you were going to play that game regardless of whether it was there. But what they also knew is that later on, if they put it back, who's going to show up to keep playing it? You.
All those veterans, every Forza that has come out, regular Forza now, we have always started in Nürburgring to see what they did, how the new layout is, how the track feels, how the course handles, how you come out of a turn. We've always done that. But for you not to have your pinnacle game, your pinnacle track in your first game, in your first Forza in about almost 6 years, that disappointed us a lot.
But it's out now, right?
Yeah, it's out now.
Yeah,
it's
out now, coming out. But the point is that they have like they set up the games with more than just a CG trailer, right? Like that's the way we normally think of the first time they show a game, but they actually came out, they showed you Fable. They actually came out, even though people still don't believe that was
There was
Fable
gameplay,
looked
man.
phenomenal.
I like the
Fable
interview
looked
with Giant
phenomenal.
Bomb. Phil said, "What? You don't think that's gameplay?" Phil know that's gameplay. They gonna talk some shit. Yeah, that game was great.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. So they showed you that game. They showed you South of Midnight, how it should look, right? So that was all in engine. That wasn't CG crap.
That
So they
looked
did that.
amazing.
Yeah, it does. I can't wait. South of Midnight is one of my
can't
most
wait for that
excited.
one, bro.
I'm so pumped for that shit. It's crazy.
I think we're gonna
It's stunning.
see some more of it this year. I still think
I
it'll
think June.
release next year, but we're gonna see more of it this year, definitely.
Yes. So I think June is gonna be June's gonna be the deep dive for Fable, and not the deep dive like there's coming out this year, but like the more game, like actually seeing more gameplay, seeing more of it, seeing Midnight, and
Kind
then
of like
we'll
how
do
they did for Starfield, right?
No, it's Purple
not
Dark.
this
That's
year.
all I'm gonna
That'll
say.
be next year, I think.
Yeah. When it
So
gets a little
Perfect Dark, I think they're
closer.
gonna show this year. We're gonna start seeing a lot of the games that were back in that 2020. You know,
Yeah, the
montage
showcase.
of shit.
Yeah,
You know, that showcase that showed all the amazing shit.
yeah.
I think now we're gonna start seeing the
100%.
fruits of that labor.
Hey,
I really want to see State of K3 as well.
Oh, I can't wait, bro. State of K2, I love it.
Oh, that's gonna be sick.
Let me say this right quick. I believe you are absolutely right, CMoney, because I talked about this several times on my show. 2020, we were in the midst of COVID. COVID had just started like a few months before that showcase. COVID obviously affected everybody in the gaming industry. It affected the whole world, obviously. PlayStation had games that was further along. Clearly, they were making PS4 games, God of War, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and all those games. They were further along, but those games still got delayed. So what hurt Xbox more is that their games were still early in development, and COVID hurt them more because their games were still early in development. So that showcase in 2020, like you said, they had to show the future, and those games, like people say, oh, it was all CGI. I'm saying, look, man, people said they need to show some new IPs. They showed several new IPs. Now y'all crying because they were CGI. Now y'all so it was like, make up your mind. They showed the games, and now here we are. It is 4 years later. But like you said, we know that AAA development takes longer than it has in the past. We know COVID hurt every studio like maybe 6 or 7 months or even a year with certain studios. We know like COVID really hurt Hellblade. People don't know this. COVID hurt Hellblade tremendously. That game is a lot of motion capture. They couldn't do motion capture.
Yeah,
right?
They did so much motion capture.
Yeah. Yeah, so that game probably would have been out maybe last year, but so to see where they're moving now and to see the position they're in, I think you have to say, okay, we had the rough years of 2022. I know they had some games. I saw some people talking about some games in 2022, but there was no AAA huge first party games. But we got past that. Now, Sony's in that drought. Let's see how the ponies handle it. They're already talking about, it's third party. Yeah, Xbox has some third party games in 2022, but they don't give us credit for that. But anyway, so yeah, I just really think that what they're doing, the future is incredible, because 2020 they had to announce it, and here we are. Like most of those games are almost ready, bro. 100%.
Oh yeah.
I've been saying for 3 years,
crazy.
Sony's on corporate welfare, and nobody believed me, and now it's hitting. It's hitting everything I've been saying.
No better time to come out with that freaking wave of games that they're going to release than now, when PlayStation has absolutely nothing going on. And that's why it's such a big deal, because now first party games don't matter, right? According to the narrative out there right now, because PlayStation doesn't have these games, right? And that's why it's such a big deal to make sure that we stand up and say, yes, they freaking do. Look at everything we got.
What's Sony's phrase? You wait for greatness. Y'all keep waiting.
Well, this is the problem. This is the problem, and this is the shit that it's like, it blows my mind every day that you could be a PlayStation only person and not be wondering what you're doing in your life, because factually speaking, There's no like PlayStation. These motherfuckers, they're not magicians, right? They can't just poof shit into existence, right? Let's be clear. They only have, I say it, but it's like 6. They have like 6 studios that matter, right? Everybody else is just smaller studios that they just either created or just bought that never did anything of substance, right? The only ones that you know of, the problem is that when you have Xbox literally last year coming out with 13 like first party games, this year over 10 first party games are coming. How can you ever be okay with the idea that at most you'll have 2 in a year? At most.
Xbox is bringing the smorgasbord next year, dude.
Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, how can Sony, like, real talk, just trying to, like, maybe I'm just missing it.
Throw me in there, because
so maybe
I don't
just
understand.
What chance? Like, how can Sony and PlayStation overcome Xbox's ability to inundate them with constant AAA first party titles coming to Xbox when they only have the maximum 2 big ones that they can put out? And the reason I say maximum, they have 6. So technically they could give you 1 banger a year, right? Like they could put out 6, all of them. Boom, here you go. The best year ever for PlayStation. But then you ain't getting games for 5 years.
Exactly.
Are all of them going to be remasters, though, CMoney?
Oh, but that's the only thing. That's the only thing they're doing, right? Like they just announced Gravity Rush
remaster,
2, not even 1 and 2, just 2.
Just 2.
So that's the problem that we're looking at, right? Even if they catch up, right, with their own bullshit, they're trying to make the freaking games. We know they're behind because they got slapped up by what Xbox was able to do, which I don't understand how you see them buying all these studios and setting all this shit up, and then it catches you off guard. Like, did you not see what was happening and where this was going to lead? So let's say they go ahead and they get their shit together after getting slapped up like that. How in life, if you release a game or 2 and your competition has as many studios as they have, and they're releasing games left and right, and they have freaking Game Pass,
high quality games,
how in life do you compete?
You know what? They're concerned about that. We saw how last year, even 2022, they were just crying about the ABK deal the whole time. And look, I'm not going to say Xbox is flawless. I'm definitely not going to say PlayStation is flawless. But I would tell you one thing that Xbox has that PlayStation doesn't. And it's not just exclusives and studios and stuff. It's vision. What is PlayStation going to do? Now, we know Xbox has, I believe they're going to keep all the ABK games multi-platform. They might definitely keep they might make some of Bethesda games multi-platform, some of them.
Case by case, they say.
Case by case.
They'll give them Doom.
They possibly might the next id Software game. But let's talk about this, because Xbox vision, you know what their vision is. They're going to have content. They have third-party content. Best selling PlayStation game every year is owned by Xbox. Xbox gets that 70 or 80%, whatever it is. They get that now, right, from PlayStation. Yep. They have tons of first-party content. They have a great service like Game Pass. They have a vision of the future, what they want to do. They have their cloud infrastructure. They have a vision of what they want to do. They have single-player games. They have games as a service. They have everything. PlayStation, they make great single-player games. Absolutely. But they just said it's not sustainable anymore. We need to, Hiroki Totoki last week said it wasn't him. Herman Holt said we need to reevaluate how we do our first party. Why did he say that? Yeah.
Step back.
They need to pay attention. So they're out of, but then at the same time, Helldivers 2 is a great success. Does
For
that
PC?
mean
For
Concord?
PC, not with the
Okay,
ponies.
true.
Right? If you look at the amount that it sold on freaking PlayStation and you think of the boxes, the amount of boxes that are out there, it
That's
would
true.
have freaking flopped had it just been on PlayStation.
True, but
Facts.
moving forward, they know that now, so they better do day and day with PC. Adidas 20, thank you for helping me out. Xbox has mobile now. They have.
Facts.
We just saw. I just got an email. I know you guys probably got it too. Of Call of Duty Warzone about to drop. That's
50
about to be
million
huge.
reserves.
Bro, that's
Already for that
crazy.
thing.
So Xbox has a vision, and their vision is looking strong. They have their like mobile. They have their hand in everything at PlayStation. They have these great single player games, but now they're hesitating to do those single player games because it's just not sustainable. And that's not our words. That's not Sir X-Man words to CMoney or Doodle. That's coming from Herman Holtz and Hiroki Totoki. It's coming from them. Like, what are we going to do? We had bought Bungie. That was a waste of damn money. He threatened Bungie.
Facts.
Like, yo, Bungie, get y'all shit together.
Facts.
What y'all doing? Get y'all shit
He
together.
said
So
they stupid.
the
don't know
one
what
thing
they doing.
PlayStation, I think PlayStation has going for it is one thing. Call it. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. GTA 6. GTA 6.
Do they
they're
have the rights to that? The marketing rights?
It doesn't
No one
matter.
has
I'm
the
gonna
right
tell you
to
why.
it.
It doesn't matter because people know it's going to be on PlayStation. Casuals know. I guarantee PlayStation is betting on GTA. GTA is going to move units. We all know that, right? I guarantee they are betting on GTA because their first party just doesn't have anything right now.
You know
Will
how
Sucker
many of my
Punch announce
friends-
something new? We don't know.
You know how
I'm
many of my
sure-
friends still play GTA Dirt,
I'm
and they
telling
play
you, bro.
it religiously on the Xbox. It's
GTA
ridiculous.
It's going to be huge. Now we know GTA is on the Xbox also. Most people will, but at the same time, PS5 is going to move
Casuals
units
don't
because
look
of
into
GTA
it.
6. And they're
Yeah.
going to, I'm telling you, they're betting on that.
I mean,
like
it's-
more than any
it's-
first party, excuse me, more than any first party content they have, they're betting on GTA 6, guaranteed.
So let me ask you a question. You don't think if Xbox went ahead and said, fuck it, pay the money, they have the marketing rights for GTA 6, that shit won't change that
That
idea?
would help. It would help, especially if they bundle it. It would definitely help, especially if they bundle it with some Xbox Series S's, 100%. But I still think a lot of people know, just know, because right now PlayStation is still the more popular brand. People just gonna know this. Yo, got to give me a PS5 for GTA 6. Now, hopefully, Xbox does have the marketing, which I'm not sure if they do. GTA doesn't really need anybody to market shit.
And they came out with that trailer that wasn't a branded trailer, right?
It wasn't. They don't
was
need
just dumb.
anybody to market this shit, to be
Nope.
honest with you.
They don't, but it's
Yeah,
just
they
a
don't
bag,
tell
right? Like they take a bag any day, right?
Yeah, of course.
So
they will.
what
Who
that
wouldn't?
tells you is that if that one didn't come out as a PlayStation branded trailer, right? They're probably still going back and forth.
Yeah.
Xbox is probably in there because it would just been PlayStation, right? It would have been PlayStation easy, no questions. The fact that it still doesn't have a brand, which
true.
again, they're always going to take the bag. They're not, even though they don't need them, they're absolutely going to take the money just for associating, right?
Yeah.
So that tells me that Microsoft is probably just negotiating with them, like how much, motherfuckers, like how much is this shit gonna be?
I think
Because PlayStation, I don't even know how they could afford it.
I was
Yeah.
just about to
They
say
got like
that.
$30 billion floating of death around them. They have $10 billion that they lost off their stocks. They have
Unless-
a $10 billion what is it? The lawsuit. And then they just lost a $10 billion
Billion.
merger.
Yeah.
FTC, can you
I don't
tell
know why they like
Congress?
10 billion so much. They barely got that shit. Why they out here fucking with
Sony
it so
gonna
much?
tell Congress, can you go to FTC and see if the government can leave us alone? You know, Congress, can you talk to them,
Well, you know
please?
what? That's a good point, man. Because they are having financial issues to the point they're trying. I'm not saying they're broke or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're really.
I mean,
They're
comparatively,
really budgeting.
broke.
They're really paying attention to what they're doing with their money and how they're investing their money. Because I believe Bungie was just a waste of $3.5 billion.
Facts.
That was just a
But they're
waste.
still
of
paying
money.
off.
They right. They got it on
Bungie's
the.
still looking for their money.
Shit, they got a 2-year no interest plan on Bungie, and they almost about to pay that shit off. Like my boy Sean said, that interest about to kick in soon. They better pay that shit off.
Damn.
Yeah, but I just think that they're going to rely on GTA 6 because their first party isn't ready, and their first party, what is their first party going to be? We only know 3 games. Concord, which who the hell knows what that is? All I saw was a twerking hamburger.
I think that's the game. The twerking hamburger game.
That's it.
How can you make my burger jiggle? And
Right.
keep pressing the button, it keeps jiggling.
Then we got Fair Game, that bank heist game. Maybe we got Wolverine. It's 3 games. I know Sucker Punch is doing something, obviously. I know Sony Ben is doing something, but I don't know. So
I'd rather Xbox pay Ubisoft to make a Splinter Cell and make it exclusive on Xbox.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I would rather have them do that than get a GTA, exclusive deal like that. Get us Splinter Cell on Xbox only, like you did forever in a day.
I like what you said because I love Splinter Cell.
Oh yeah,
but GTA, bro.
Yeah,
GTA 5, the number 2 best-selling game of all time now, or
that's where the money is.
Yeah, number 1 is always going to be Fortnite, though. Yeah. Everybody, I'm letting y'all know.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about of all time. Like Minecraft is of all time.
Yeah,
but GTA 6, 5, I believe it's 2 or 3. I think Tetris is somewhere up in there. It's just a cash cow. Like G Meyer said, Splinter Cell will buy Splinter Cell, the hardcore game, because anybody else can really buy it. GTA is a cash cow, bro. It's still making the shit came out in 2013. It still sold 5 million last quarter in 2023 and 2024.
Keep rebuying the damn thing.
It's crazy, man.
That's what's
it's
wild,
crazy.
Dude.
Okay, so GTA 5 is number 2. That game is going to, I believe, give the gaming industry a boost because we have all this bad news in the gaming industry. GTA 6 is going to be that big. It's going to be massive.
Got 2 years for that though, Dirt.
That's true.
A long time. What's Sony going to have?
Can PlayStation make it to there?
That's the problem.
Hey, sorry, can they make it?
I don't think so.
They got the vapors right now, bro. I don't know.
Vapors.
Dude, I'm old. Let's deal with it.
Listen, PlayStation takes care of Sony, and that's the reality, and that's the problem when we go ahead and we think about whether they're broke or not. Everything they've been slapped up with, the real money is on the software, right? You go ahead, you make these games, you make your money, and then some, right? They're not even making enough to fund their next game, and that's a problem.
So what you're saying is if Sony was walking down the street and they said, "Let me check your pockets," bone dry, right? What you gonna say, right? Can I get a loan, sir, please?
You ain't wrong, yo. You ain't wrong. 100%.
Like I said, y'all saw me criticize the Xbox 2 for Forza, so I'm an equal opportunity person, but I love Xbox. Don't get that wrong.
Let me real quick because I don't know what happened. I completely left the homie. We already got that one. But the homie Adidas 20, man, appreciate
up, baby?
Oh, sorry that it took so long to get to this, man. Says thank you for that $5 super chat. Says I love the smaller showcases. Xbox feeding us good. Olive Garden, God damn it, is okay.
Love Olive Garden.
In summer, they will show all the mustard.
Oh damn!
This is abuse. This is abuse, Adidas. The homie Curry Tidwell. Thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says shout out to Dirt and Monarch Dave. Great guess.
Let's go. Thank you.
Monarch Dave, is that your name?
Who's Monarch Dave?
Is that a name for you? I don't know what's happening.
I'm so confused right now. Jeez.
I don't know. Joaquin Branch, what's up, fam? Thank you for being here. What's up, y'all? What up, Dirt? What's up, Uncle Ruckus?
What up, Joaquin?
I do this on my show. I do this on my shows too. Very
Oh.
funny, what he say? Very funny, motherfucker.
Oh my god. The homies 80s cartoon villain, man.
Woo!
Thank you, brother, for being here.
Let's
Thank you
go.
for being a member
Thank
for 3
you.
months, man. Microsoft and Toys for Bob could be like a Nintendo and Game Freak situation, aka unofficial first party. I mean, honestly, if you think about something real quick, right? Toys for Bob deciding that they want to do this, right? Dirt went into it, and I think they wanted to do this, right? Like this all made sense. But also, as much as you want to be independent, right? Like, let's be clear. What has Toys for Bob been doing that made them such ballers to go out there and be like, you know, we could just go out there, be independent and make whatever we want because we got all that like cash. Like, let's call a spade, right? They've been just working Call of Duty. They made Crash Bandicoot that didn't set the world on fire. Like, it's clear that they were set loose, and Sir X-Men's thought about this all kind of makes it make sense now even more to me. It's like they were put out of the actual first party. Now they're independent, but they go ahead and do exactly what they've done with Asobo and exactly what they're doing with Iron Galaxy, which is they put them in a 10-year partnership or something like that, and they just work with them as if they were official, right? Work with them as they were there. They get all the benefits, none of the downfall. I mean, I think it's genius, actually. The homie Nino Vasteca. Nino,
Let's
what's good, fam? Thank you
go.
for being a member player. Appreciate you. It
Thank
says
you so
mahalo for another amazing panel and show.
Oh,
Aloha
thank
to
you,
all
baby.
gamers.
Aloha,
Xbox
love.
#1. Those are bars because they absolutely are #1. These are the facts.
Bars.
Oh, Big Mix Gaming, man. Appreciate you, brother.
What's
Thank
up,
you for being
fam?
a member for a month, man.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
homie. Says just finished up ordering a few things from the merch shop. Oh
Let's
shit.
go.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank
Hey, Luke
you.
Cage. Goddamn. I got that bullet hole sweater merch. LOL, just play dirt. Much love to y'all.
Yo,
Now,
dog.
the Luke Cage thing was
love.
something I actually heard in real life several times. Hey, you like Luke Cage, man?
Really?
Yeah.
So you look like see, I love how they call him Luke Cage, but not Spartan Locke.
Yeah,
I
they supposed to
thought
call
I
him Spot
just
Lock.
I just thought of
Which
a
is his
good
most
shirt
popular
you can make, CMoney. I
role.
just thought of a perfect shirt for you and your show. Say
What?
Xbox only, no mustard.
There you go.
Oh,
I like that.
I like it.
Okay. We just got a month.
You gonna get you a shirt, man. For
Shout out to
that.
Ryu Art.
Oh, you're right, man. That's
Yes.
hilarious. Thank you, Big Mace. Appreciate you, my man. Dollar Knight, what's good, fam? Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says
Thank you.
Tetris is the best-selling GOAT with 520 million.
I thought Minecraft was #1. Is Tetris #1? And Minecraft #2?
That's a good
Let
question.
me see.
But
That's a
remember,
good question.
Tetris has been around since 19.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
it
that.
has been.
They're covering like every sale from the dawn of time of that motherfucker. So I wouldn't be
Best
surprised.
selling games of all time.
If Minecraft,
Oh yeah,
could've
I'm
been
right.
on
Yeah,
Atari,
I'm sorry. Tetris is #1. Minecraft is #2. GTA is
How much is
#3.
Tetris? How much is Minecraft?
Minecraft is 300 million. So Tetris is 520. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's a
Doodle
hard.
is right. Tetris #1. Minecraft.
That's a
#2.
hard 200 mil to catch up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a lot. The homie Bunty, man. Thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you for
Bunty.
being a member for 2 months, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate you.
baby.
Wagwan, Xbox family, enough respect
Let's
to the
go.
panel.
Bunty mom.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, homie.
X gonna give it to you, baby. X
That's
gonna
gonna give it to you,
Yes.
D. Shout out to Bunty going ahead and
Woo,
gifting
let's
5
go.
on-point memberships, man. Appreciate
Thank you
my
so
brother.
much.
Thank you so much for being here, man. That's really dope of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all know what to do.
Tell them, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji
Let's
in the chat.
go.
Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Bounty, man. We appreciate that. Thank you, homie.
Hey, you know what's
We
crazy?
do have the homie Ryu Art Gaming, the brother. Thank you, man, for being here. Thanks for that super chat. Says C Mustard, aka Colonel Mustard, will show himself soon. Oh, goddamn. Mustard.
Wow.
It's 20 the homie. Thank you, brother, for that $2 super chat. Says Dirt new name is 3D. Dark Dirt Detroit.
Dark Dirt Detroit. Adidas 20. What the hell you talking about? Ain't that the Dudley brothers? The Dudley boys?
You know, Colonel Mustard is from Clue, right? The game Clue.
Yeah.
Seems like
I'm looking at this top 10 list. There's like 3-4 Xbox on IP in this top 10 best-selling games list. Crazy.
Oh, why don't you drop them on us, bro?
Drop the bomb.
Well, number 10 is Overwatch. Who owns that now?
Yes, we own that shit too, huh?
Yeah, number 9 is Witcher. Of course, we don't own that. Number 8, Elder Scrolls. Skyrim. Damn, I didn't know that game sold that much. Holy shit.
Skyrim is crazy, bro. They've been selling it nonstop,
right? For years. Number 7 is Red Dead Redemption 2, 61 million. Wow, that game sold. Man, Rockstar.
That game sold.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 69. That's number 6.
Really? I thought that would have been higher.
Yeah, 5 is PUBG. Number 4 is Wii
5
Sports.
Is PUBG?
Wow.
Yeah, PUBG is people
PUBG,
still playing it religiously.
When that game first came out, bro,
that
75
set the world
million.
on fire. I mean, it's still the highest concurrent ever.
Yeah.
So
Wii Sports was number 4, 82 million, but that was bundles. Come on, man.
That was cheating.
Yeah, that shouldn't count. They shouldn't be in there. Of course, GTA 5, number 3, number 2, Minecraft. So Xbox has 3 games in the top 10. Guess who has 0?
Not
Let's
even
see.
the original God of Wars. Say what?
Dude,
Nintendo
the PlayStation's ponies haven't been buying games since the beginning. This is not just new.
And that's why we got the third-party developer conference coming up tomorrow. Because those people realize we need to go to Xbox to make some money.
Yeah. Question.
Well, COD is not in there because I think they're talking about one game. So
Exactly.
COD has games
The
every
COD
year.
franchise.
Now the franchise would definitely be
out
in there, but yeah, that's
for sure.
one
But then
game
you start
in
thinking
there.
about other franchises like Mario and all
you
this other
can
shit. So
yeah.
then you start putting everything in that bitch.
Yeah.
My question, real quick, just to kind of take it back.
Go
When
ahead.
PUBG first blew
Oh.
up, and then a year later they put it on Xbox, and Xbox had it, right? I swore that they should have fucking bought them. Feel like they should have bought them, and if they were owned, it's obviously they could put it everywhere, right? But if they were owned, I think they would have been more relevant even till today, because they still would have been like, they would have had that first party, smell. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have had the backing of the big entity. Were you guys did at any point when that was going on, did you guys think they should have gotten bought, or do you think that wasn't part of? You didn't think it was worth it?
At the time, I said no, because even though the game was like, I think the concept is why that game sold so well, because the game itself was kind of, it was janky. I had fun with it, but the game, especially when it came to Xbox, the game kept crashing. So I would say no, but I mean,
it's fixed now, Dirt.
I haven't played it in a while.
A lot of people playing it on my list.
I'm sorry, like somebody in the chat said, what was the best-selling COD? He's right, Black Ops in 2010, 31 million copies. So it's pretty good for one game.
Black Ops 2
for one game.
One.
That's not bad.
One was the best-selling of all time, though. One,
really?
Yeah.
Wow. So why do I love Black Ops 2 so much?
Well, I mean,
the original.
The better game doesn't necessarily have to be the most popular one,
Yeah.
You see that often.
I like Bad Company too, so I can't say nothing.
That company needs to come back. Yo, what's his name? God damn it, his name is on Twitter. I forget his name, but you guys must know him. He put a video of Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4. It stays on my hard drive.
On Series X, back compat with the 60 FPS and like everything.
I saw that, yeah.
Yo, dude, that shit looks so good.
Battlefield 4 looks incredible when
it still looks incredible. Like I said, Battlefield.
It really is.
4 and the new Battlefield, since they made all the improvements, both of those stay on my hard drive. But Battlefield 4 has never left my hard drive.
Yeah.
With Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 crap, I still keep that on my hard drive.
So that
I like blowing up tanks.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. When I saw that, I put out a tweet because I thought it just made me it just reminded me why Xbox is just a superior console.
Mhm.
Like it's just a superior console and it's a superior brand. And a lot of people started getting on me about the brand part, but I I didn't say it was the most popular brand. I said it's superior.
Right.
It's
It's a
the
difference.
better one. All
The
right.
community,
It's the
the
community.
stories,
Everything that
everything.
surrounds Xbox is just superior in every way, shape, or form, even the games. I know the ponies love their third person sad dad simulator, but I'm sorry to tell you, Hiroki Totoki done came and told y'all that y'all better stop getting used to that shit because they ain't
They're
spending that
done with
type of
it. They
money
can't.
Now,
They can't
nor
afford it.
more.
you just made me think of something, CMoney. Now I know why ponies don't want to come to Xbox. Because we got so many good games that they have to
Diversity.
spend money for it. Yeah, we just have to
They
spend
can't
money
afford
for it
it.
because they can't afford it. Right.
I feel you.
Even
I
the
feel
games
you.
that ain't
I
in
feel
Game
you.
Pass, they can't afford the good games. You got to pay for it.
Absolutely. Let's get the legendary Yobi, man. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you
Thank you
so
for that $5
much.
super
Thank
chat.
you, baby.
Says hashtag peace, love, life. Shout out to
Yes.
y'all and my main man, Dirt Crickety.
What up,
Let's
Yogi?
go.
Hashtag the coat of dirt. Hashtag praise dirtness. Doodle
What's
and General
happening?
C Mustard. What's up, fam? Sir X-Man, what up? You see
What
how
up,
I'm
homie?
broken?
Shout out to
You see
Yogi,
how
man.
they've broken me? They say C Mustard. I'm just like, what's
C
good,
Mustard.
fam?
Yeah,
C Money's a
right.
thing of the past, bro. What's up?
Yeah,
Like,
right now,
apparently, I don't-
you'll be still mad at me because he bought a game and we haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Oh man, C Money about to be my government. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody gonna know that name. Everybody just it's gonna be
C
shit in the
Mustard.
background. People could be calling me C Mustard out in these streets. Oh my god.
It's a great price, man. Yeah.
But yeah, it really is. It's a whole new world that I
Mhm.
think
It's
the
crazy out
ponies
here.
are gonna have a hard time to navigate.
Yep. And you know what I think? Just my personal prediction. I think they will still have some AAA games, but instead of 25 hours, the next God of War might be 12 hours. Because I mean, like the quality stay the same, just gonna be much shorter. I just think that's just what's going on.
I would
I
love
think-
that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
with you.
yeah. Every game doesn't have to be 30, 40 hours, bro. They really don't.
Not
You know what
many
I'm saying?
do. Not
I'm-
many do.
I'm
Especially
fine
not
with
like
Hellblade 2 being 8 to 10 hours. I'm fine with that.
Yes, I prefer it. I'm really happy that it
There's
is in
too
fact that
many
short.
games coming out for
Yeah.
these long games.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
You
bro,
wanna
it's too
Like,
get
many.
it, quit
listen,
it,
I
move
think
on
if
to
you're
the
doing an RPG, right, like a rope, like a
You
Starfield,
expect
right?
those
Like
to be long, right?
those are long because you are making yourself, right? You're
Yeah,
living
building
that
your
world,
character,
you're
right.
doing all the shit. But like fucking God of War, like you're telling me a story, and I tell you right now, there ain't no motherfucking movie in the world that I would want to watch for fucking 40 hours, bro. Like I'm done. Like TV shows, sure, but guess what? You like they come out every week or whatever. But even those motherfuckers are scaling back, and they're like, yeah, you know what? We're doing like 9 episodes. You got a 9-hour movie stretched along, like 9 weeks and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, I think let's scale that down. Let's just make certain types of games really long. Let's get out of the bloat, right? Of just trying to make shit last
They
longer.
cut the fluff. Let's
The
go
fluff,
ahead and have a
Yeah,
more
man.
compact
Yeah, bro.
experience.
Fucking
Better
Yeah,
experience.
Let me binge watch it in my time, not in
Right,
your
Yes.
time.
And because there's been so many games last generation, even some this generation, that's been overly long. Like I put 180 hours in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like why? I don't know. I love the game, but it's too
Great
long.
game.
Even last generation, I thought like Days Gone, right? I actually liked the game. Game was too damn long. When you're at the part of the game, you're like, okay, when is this shit ending? You know the game
That's the
overstayed its
problem.
welcome.
They overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
And like a single player narrative game, like I don't want that. Like again,
Yeah.
RPGs, you're choosing to make that shit long because you're doing everything because that's what the type of game
Mhm.
is. But like if it's single player narrative, like if it's a narrative driven, story driven, like just fucking cut out the garbage, dude.
Yeah.
But
And
even like
Go ahead.
Final Fantasy 16, right? We were playing the game and the acting in there is not like captivating that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so drawn in, right? And then everything is so elongated when they do these cutscenes for like 45 minutes and you feel like you're about
The
to just
cutscenes that
knock
long in
the
that
fuck
game?
out.
Damn.
Because and then when you come back in, you take 2 steps and then back into a cutscene. Like just clean
Oh
it
my
up
goodness.
and give me a better experience where I can enjoy and feel like I'm still playing a freaking game. Even these RPGs need to cut somewhere to make it a better experience, in my opinion. It's too much.
And you know what's crazy, Doodle? When you see those games like that, you know, that costs 200, $300 million, then the most popular games are Roblox, Fortnite, you know, games
And now
like that.
Power,
You know,
and now
Exactly.
Power World.
Power World. You're like,
Yes.
damn, man. Must we spend this much money? And you know, there's a YouTuber named Jay Wood. I mentioned this on my own show. He was talking about Spider-Man 2 budget, and he used the word irresponsible. I love that
Ooh.
word because he said for that budget to be $305 million, it's irresponsible.
Well, here's the thing. I think somebody, because that
And I
game
agree with him.
didn't look that much
Yeah.
of a variance from
That's-
the last Spider-Man.
That's the point.
I think somebody was pocketing some of that damn money. I'm serious.
Thank you for
I
saying
really
that.
do.
Yes. Something
Yep.
it doesn't add up over there because they're using again, thank you, because they're using the same freaking foundation. I
Mhm.
don't see where the money has gone.
Especially
I don't
when
get
the
it.
budget is
And now
double
they're
that of
looking at the
2018.
next game
Correct.
and
it
you see
wasn't
the
that far
budget
of a
that they're gonna
distance.
put into that.
Mhm.
It just seems to me like the money is going somewhere, and for tax purposes, it's being claimed that this is how much they spent on the game.
Yeah, you
There's
know
no
this
way
how
you could look
Jim
at
Ryan
Spider-Man.
disappeared all of a sudden. He got
Yeah, I
some
know.
bad money.
And cast out.
Ooh,
There's
I'm
no
outta
way you
here.
could look at Spider-Man 2018 and then look at Spider-Man 2 and see like, yeah, I could see the extra 350
Exactly.
fucking million dollars that was sent.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can't see
You
it.
couldn't tell me they spent $3 million on that shit.
And
That
it still
shit was some
still
that
had
shit was
bugs.
some 16-year-old sitting in there in the back room, just like, all right, I'm just gonna copy
and
paste,
paste,
put
baby.
this over here. We'll take Miles, copy and paste them from there, put them in here. Boom, done. There you go. There's the game.
And after all that, like Nico Chief just said, they actually laid off some people at Insomniac. Like, damn, really? That's the studio you laid some people off, but they were literally carrying the PlayStation all generation. Damn.
Facts.
That's because the top people ran out with the bag, and that's what happened soon, and they ain't got no more money.
That's 100% what
Oh,
happened.
and since you were talking about games being shorter, this is why I've always been a Tomb Raider person since the beginning. I played every Tomb Raider ever made, and this is why I don't like those big giant games unless it's exceptional. Like Kingdoms of Amalur. I love that RPG. I even bought the remaster version of that. But Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy X, I'm sorry, that was my GOAT. I don't care what anybody say, that was my favorite. But the Tomb Raider thing is linear. You play it, you work on it, you listen to the storyline, you get some fun killing up there, you get some fun upgrades, and you get to the end of it.
Right.
That's how games should be. And they need to get back to that. Because people ain't got all day. People got a life. We ain't got all day to get stuck in 200-hour games to get to the end.
Yeah.
We don't want to. Okay.
And that's the problem. And you know, also the games where they tell you, well, you gotta just like play through and then it'll get good. Like, no, if it's
play
not
48
good,
hours,
yes,
and then it gets
you'll
really
see.
dull.
Like,
Oh,
no one
Death-
has time
Death
for that.
Stranding. Death Stranding.
Yo, I can tell you right now, Death Stranding, bro. I tried, and
I couldn't get into it.
I keep getting to the same place before I tap out the same exact way every time, bro. Like I just can't. Like I don't wanna. It's too much, bro. Like just leave me alone.
But
Make
see,
something good,
that's
bro.
the thing. Games are supposed to be, again, they're supposed to be fun. You're supposed to play them to be entertained. And that's why Game Pass is such a big deal nowadays, guys. You go ahead, you have Game Pass, you check out a game, you don't like it, you move on, you enjoy it, you keep on playing it. the way that they've managed to change the situation in which they were looking for games to throw in Game Pass, and now these third parties need to put their games in Game Pass, because if not, with the amount of games that come out so constantly, any game can get overlooked.
It won't get
It
any
could be a
exposure
great game and it
whatsoever.
could get overlooked. It's the
You are
place
correct.
to be.
Facts. Let me get the homie Jonas the Dad in here.
Jonas the Dad,
My brother, man.
welcome,
Thank you
baby.
so
Thank
much,
you.
homie, for becoming a member of the channel, man. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
Y'all know what to do.
Let's
Put
go.
the motherfucking welcome to the family
Jonas
emoji
the
in the
Dad.
chat.
Absolutely.
Welcome our homie Jonas the Dad as a
And
member
just
of
to
our
let
channel.
y'all
Thank you,
know,
brother.
when he
Welcome
pulled
to
up
the
that
family.
Terry Crews was in Crackdown, y'all. Remember that.
Yeah, he was. Crackdown 3, baby. Great game, man. Great game. Jonas, thank you, brother. And Jonas is back to back with that $2 super chat, man. Says God of
you.
War, 12
Let's go.
hours, $79.99. Hashtag PlayStation 5 Pro. Hashtag for the payers. Facts. The homie legendary Yobi, man. Thank you, brother. Again, appreciate you. Thank you for that $5 super
Thank
chat.
you,
Says
love.
also, Dirt is a hashtag crapaholic.
Ooh.
And a
That wasn't me. That
hashtag-
was AI.
And hashtag mooch maniac. Man's got them voicemails and screensaver on his desktop. Hashtag live life. It's always gonna see money for life.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, Yobi. That wasn't me that said that.
No, well, he got the receipts.
Yeah, he got a receipt, man. Trying to pull some receipt that said I was a crapaholic. I don't know what that is.
What's a crapaholic?
Crap
You like
gamer.
taking craps?
Right. I was a fan of the crap
Oh.
gamer show.
Both of us were there. We both
Yeah.
listen to Mooch and
Yeah,
Crap all the time.
I used to listen to him all the time. But Sean,
mooch and crap. Gotcha.
Sean 786, he somehow, not somehow, I know how he got some voicemails I left, but I don't know what he's talking about, that crapaholic stuff.
I heard the voicemails that you put on the show. It's hilarious.
Yeah, unlike Xbox Pookies, though, when me and Dirt left, we left for good. We didn't hang on.
I feel like I'm glad that we didn't pay attention back then, because I have no, like, crap gamer means nothing to me. Mooch,
But they
no
were
idea.
good back then, though.
They were really good back
They
then.
were
when there
some
was
of
no
the
Xbox,
innovators,
yeah.
dude. You got to give it to them. They actually were some of the innovators who
Yeah, they were.
where we are now.
I will give you credit for that. Yeah, they were. But
I just don't know who they are.
flipped.
So
Came Xbox haters, then crap flipped back to pro Xbox. Now
I don't know where crap
now
is
he's urban
anymore.
back again.
Now he's back on hating Xbox again. So
I don't know, man.
And screw next gen. I don't care if you hear it or not. You a sellout.
oh shit.
Yeah, we ain't about that life. That's homie Jonas the Dad, man. Thanks, brother.
Jonas
Thanks for
the
that $2
Dad,
super chat.
thank
Says
you.
300+ million, and you get
Damn.
the flag wrong.
I forgot about that, bro.
Jonas, hashtag never forget. All right.
Hashtag never
Thank you
forget.
for
Let's
bringing
go,
it back.
baby.
Fucking one Puerto Rican goddamn part of the game, and it just we got to get passed over.
I forgot about
nothing
that,
against
bro.
our Cuban brothers, but shit.
Give that man some mustard.
Give us some fucking credit here. The homie Demo Flow Gaming, man. Thank you, bro, for being here. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat. Says Doodle hit the nail
you,
in the
baby.
head. Sony lying about money. Yo, so they stay lying about money.
Demo Flow, what's up, bro? Up and coming content creator right there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's gonna
And my
be
boy Ray
on
Ray,
this
like
show
y'all had
on
Ray Ray on,
On the
right?
15th, right?
Ray. Yeah, we
y'all had
him,
Ray
man.
Ray. Okay, yeah, my Demo Flow's a good guy too, man.
Yeah. Adidas is the one who be hooking us all up with all these people.
That's the homie
got us.
Adidas, man. Man, in
Yeah,
real life.
Adidas the
Yes.
fucking man. Adidas got us Ray Ray on the channel. Adidas got us Andy Pants on the channel, who was just on the show last week for the blowout. And Demo Flow Gaming is going to be coming on the panel.
Yes,
so
I'm excited. On his birthday.
on his birthday on the 15th
Yes.
of March.
Nice.
We're honored. That's awesome. Thank you, baby.
Cool dudes, man.
Tron DJ hit that $2
DJ.
super chat. Says,
What's
hey
up?
Dirt, are you in the next Blade?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
Yes, I am.
special exclusive announcement right now.
Hey, Dirt, are you really about to wear all that leather that's tight?
Nah.
This is the 2020 the 2024 version. He's in spandex. You know what I'm saying? No leather.
No man want to see that shit.
Oh my god. All right, well, moving on, because I think we covered it. But this I don't know if you guys saw that message, and it means something to me because I'm very excited about the idea of Titanfall might be making a comeback.
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys heard the news, but the guy who worked on them, what's his name? Fudda. Wait, I have it. It's over here. It's coming. Is it? Am I lying to myself? That's possible. Oh, here we go. God damn it.
There it is.
Steve
Got it.
Fukuda. Steve Fukuda. Why does that name sound familiar? I feel like he was on something else before. I don't know. But Steve Fukuda, he was the Titanfall series director. He's reportedly working on a new game set in the same universe. Project is still in the prototyping phase of Respawn. It's claimed. Were you guys big Titanfall people?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Titanfall's fire, bro.
Yeah, do you like the OG, the Xbox one? You guys, the
original Titanfall? Oh man, hours.
The multiplayer
hours
was great on the original. Now the second one, the multiplayer wasn't as good to me, but the campaign was fire on the second one.
Yeah, I hated how they changed the way you take down the Titan, man. You got to kick batteries out of the Titan. No, I like shooting their brains out like in Titanfall 1.
Fire, man. It was fire. That was a Xbox One exclusive, man.
Yeah, it wasn't exclusive.
And it stayed exclusive. It wasn't 360 also and on PC, but
yeah, but that's also remember Titanfall 2 was the guy that came out and said blue discs are better. So that's what killed it over here because we got all pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titanfall 1, I felt like was a really big like it was well, first of all, it was multiplayer only, right? But they had AI fill in, right? Like that was the first time that we really saw the idea of the cloud. The cloud was given
Azure
AI,
service, right?
And I used to kill them things so easy. That would be the easy kills.
Yes, I used to love it. That was
the smart gun, right? Smart gun with your friend.
It was so dope. Yes, it was so dope. It actually like that type of shit is what I think that right there is what I don't know if you guys remember that Ubisoft game For Honor.
Yeah,
that I think it's still out there, but like that whole cannon fodder AI is so dope. Like when you have like these weak things that you beat the shit out of them, and then you have like the strong people come. That's what I loved about Titanfall because you would have like the AI that was weak, but then a real player come out of nowhere and start giving you smoke. Right. You know, like you had to be ready to go at all times.
In that frontier mode, like Forge, that was so much fun, and you still rank up with that. You and 5 friends jump in and take down hordes of enemies coming at you and stuff like that. Then your Titan drop, and you become a lethal weapon. Plus, you put the machine guns on the towers that you get every round. That mode was so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a great game. And I think people really want the franchise to come back because part 2, like Serious Man said, it didn't do well. Part 1 was exclusive, obviously, and it sold well. Part 2, not only was it multiplayer, but they put it in between COD and Battlefield. I believe Battlefield 1.
A week between. Yeah, like, that was the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
They put that game out there to die, man. They could have held it to next year, the following year in the spring or something. They put that game out there to die.
And have more time to polish the game.
Yeah, man, they could have put it out that the following spring. I think this was 2015 when it came out. I don't remember. But I finished the campaign like 2 years ago. 2016. Yeah, man, they put that game out there to die. But you know what's so crazy about Titanfall? I remember reading something. Now I don't know who said this. Maybe somebody at EA, because EA doesn't really do these timed exclusive. Well, actually, that wasn't a timed exclusive. That was a full Xbox or PC exclusive. Yeah, it's rare to see EA do those. Yeah, it's rare to see EA do those type of deals. But I don't know who said it, but somebody worked at EA said they thought the Xbox One was going to destroy the PS4 because they was just thinking about the Xbox 360 generation, especially in the States. They just thought Xbox was going to destroy the PS4. Then when everything came out and it went how it did, they said, we got to make sure part 2 was multi-platform, and that's what they did. But I think,
it backfired.
It kind of backfired a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm telling you a lot of people lose track of like being an exclusive is not only about keeping it off of other systems.
Mhm.
Being an exclusive elevates your game. I mean, that's just the reality of what it is.
agree with
Being a
that.
first party game or an exclusive game makes it something that people put weight on, right? And like again, like one of the perfect examples that I'll always think about is Sonic,
Mm.
right? Sonic was a mascot, dude, for Sega. He was just like Mario. Listen, you could talk about mascots don't exist. Well, Mario is still alive and kicking very well. No,
Looking
nobody is
pretty
wondering.
healthy.
Nobody took his place. He's still the mascot of Nintendo, right? Like he's still there. And had Sega still been around, Sony would have still been that mascot for them. And once they went away, Sonic stopped mattering the same way. And that's just the reality of what it is. So, like, it means something to be exclusive. And that's why it's important that exclusives don't go away. Because the problem you have is that without that, there's a lot of games who just kind of go out into the ether, a la Titanfall 2, who was, for all accounts, a phenomenal first single player game that people still to this day call it one of the best single player games that was single player stories that was ever told. It had a good multiplayer. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it's a great game, but it went out to die because it just didn't matter, right? It was just out there for the sake of being out there. There was other options, nobody
They
cared.
lost that loyalty. They lost that loyalty when they did that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that I'm only talking about that as an Xbox exclusive, because we all know that being a PlayStation exclusive don't guarantee you shit. If anything, it's probably the death knell for you. If you make your shit exclusive,
0.1% of your players buy the game. 0.1%.
I agree with you though, CMoney, because exclusives do matter. I've seen some people say the Xbox guys are saying exclusives doesn't matter.
Oh my god, these people,
like whatever Xbox guys said
that games, the fuck out of here. You never said that one time. And you still don't say it about PlayStation.
I haven't seen guys say exclusive doesn't matter. Maybe I missed them. But of course exclusives matter. That's why, listen, I can tell you when all of the rumors came out about Xbox, when we heard Halo, Gears, and I was just pissed. I was fuming until I calmed down. But we see they put some games on the other platform and maybe some more in the future, but you can't put your flagships over there. That's where I believe a problem comes into play, because like you said, exclusives definitely matter. I understand Nintendo, they're not playing the same game as PlayStation and Xbox, but as you see, Mario is still that dude, Mario's still that dude over there. And I believe God of War, Kratos is still very important to PlayStation. Nathan Drake, all those people over there, Xbox, Marcus Phoenix, Master Chief, they're still very important to specific brands. So I wholeheartedly agree, when you have these flagships, they need to stay exclusive. I know we're in a different time, and I would never say never, right? But we're in a different time. But at the same time, man, you got to, make sure your console, your platform has an identity, right? And that's really important.
And those games are a part of that identity. That's
100%.
what makes the platform special. And I agree with that. Like, it was wild to hear all these games getting and these names getting thrown around. That were, I'd never seen the ponies so happy. They were really celebrating. They were out there making covers. It was hilarious.
They hated Starfield.
I was like, man, who's gonna tell them the news?
Now they hype for it. Now they was hyping Starfield. Well, did y'all just say the game is dog shit? Now y'all hyping for it? Get out of here, man.
It's like you walk into a very expensive restaurant and you give the valet a little tip. A tip. You know what I'm saying? Considering your meal was like $500, and then you give him 10. That's what's happening. They gave Sony 10. All right, come on, let it go.
So I'm just saying, you're gonna keep on seeing stories pop up. Oh, this game is going to PlayStation. Listen, I say, look, man, we'll see what happens if it happens. But I just don't see their flagships going anywhere.
No,
Will
they're
we
not
see
giving
maybe some like I said, ABK games?
man.
Yeah. Will we see some more Bethesda games in the future? Probably, but I just can't see all this other stuff, man. The stuff people saying, bro. It's like, and they want, it's like y'all bash Xbox in their games for years. Now y'all want them all? I can't wait to play Starfield.
They've been wanting our games since the Xbox 360, dude. Since the Xbox 360. Remember when they thought they was gonna get Gears of War over there? Remember when they thought they were gonna get some of them other games over there? Yeah. It's not happening. If Microsoft ain't done it now, they're not doing it later. All their franchises that have been there since the beginning, it is not happening. Oh, and Starfield is a Microsoft franchise. You ain't getting it. It's not happening. They'll give you a little juice maybe down the line, maybe 1-2 years later, but you ain't getting the full juice. Sorry.
Were you guys surprised to hear the new PlayStation CEO talking about putting their games everywhere?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not surprised at all, because when you hear the numbers, like, shit, man, PlayStation can't survive with this traditional model that they survived on for years, but it's a different time. These budgets are way too much.
But Doodle, what games?
Okay, so thank you, Sir X-Man. This is the thing. We are here, and we heard the mess with the rumors of every single game that was up for grabs from Xbox, because Xbox guys, believe it or not, needed to pay the rent. All right? They needed to pay the rent, so they were going to put their games everywhere.
You want to pay
Phil
the rent?
comes out, he brings up the games are going to go, and why, which to me makes sense. Understood. Got it. Somehow we're still talking about the games that could potentially maybe someday in the future, 5-10 years from now, will be going to PlayStation. Yet the CEO, the PlayStation CEO, comes out and says, we're going to put our games everywhere. And we're still not wondering what games they're going to put where and when. The conversation doesn't come up. The articles are not being written. Why? Why are we not putting this out there? As a matter of fact, they all act as if they can't understand what was said, and they had to come out here and say it 2 more times. This speech has been given 3 times and cleared out 3 times because it keeps getting taken out of context.
Here's the thing.
So what's the problem?
Go ahead, X-Man.
If Sony went back to their backlog from the PS2 and they made the original God of War 1, 2, and 3 a trilogy and redo it up, that would make money right now. But then you put that trilogy like they did with Tomb Raider Remastered, which was only on PlayStation back then, and you put that on Xbox, people would buy that. Do something like that. That makes you money. It's not hard to redo those games. People in this generation on your console would buy that. That's money. You can get away with charging $40 because you're Sony. You're not going to do $30 like the Tomb Raider did. But that's generating money, and it's cost effective, and it doesn't cost that much to port those games over, especially when you're using it digitally. You don't need no disc. So it's easy to program for. You drop the program, you redo it, and make it a little different. The control scheme on God of War was fine. It could work with new console controllers. You don't have to really change anything. So that's a money thing. You know how many people would buy that on your system, dude? A lot. So, it's just stupid thinking. Microsoft is good with bringing back old games, and letting you play old games, especially vintage games from the original Xbox. So I don't know why they don't do that over there. That's a cash cow, man. That's waiting to be.
Xbox does that shit where they don't even have to spend any money. They just you plug in.
Sony needs to spend that money.
Put it in, and you got upscale. You got faster frame rates. You got all this shit. Microsoft,
and you can even buy digitally. They say you can even buy digitally if you don't have a disc.
Hey, you know what? I was playing the other day, like Surge Man mentioned Splinter Cell. I was playing Splinter Cell Conviction.
You go, boy. You go, man.
I needed some new gameplay footage for my videos. So let me play some old games, and you can tell they upscaled it to 4K. It still has the 360 graphics, but it's crisp.
Crisp.
And
They did
how do
that
you
with
hate
my
on that?
Unreal
That's a
Tournament.
beautiful thing, man. You
They
know,
did
all
that
the
with my
old games.
Unreal Tournament 3, Dirt. I loved it,
Yeah,
man. They
bro.
redid it, man. They put
Man, the old game.
HDR in it and everything, dude. And it's running on the 360 emulator
Yeah.
flawlessly. They did that with Midnight Club LA too.
Dope stuff, man.
They fixed that
Yeah,
up
that's
too,
fire.
man. And I love it, dude.
Yeah, let me say this
Yeah,
though.
that's
Controls
fire.
feel different, but the
Just
controls feel
Xbox,
different.
Xbox is just
Yeah.
a different level, man. It's a whole different experience. It's wild with the way they're treated out there in the streets,
It's-
man.
I
Like
mean-
they don't get no
No
respect,
respect,
bro.
bro.
Well, you know what the thing is, people like what they like, and they want you to like what they like. You know, and it's just, man. When I became a bot, like you guys know the story. I told you guys the story. When I became a bot, it's just my eyes was just open because I was a PS2 guy, you know. But that Xbox, that original
was
Xbox,
too.
just opened my eyes. Like, damn, this shit. It seemed like to me they were trying harder, right? They were trying to get people to convert to the Xbox. Like some of the stuff the original Xbox did threw me away. And let's not even talk about the 360 yet. It just blew me away, man. So today's times is different, man. Some of the stuff we're hearing, some of the stuff we're seeing right now is unprecedented. Like, wow, I can't believe this is going on. But it is what it is, man. Times change. We're in 2024. It's not 2002 anymore, you know. So what PlayStation, what Doodle was referring to when they said, you know, we're going to put our games everywhere. You know, he was talking about PC, he was talking about mobile, but part of me, I'm not going to go out there and say God of War is going to be on Xbox or Uncharted will be on Xbox, but part of me does like kind of believe, don't be surprised if some of their games as a service eventually might show up on other platforms, but besides PC. That's just how I feel. I can obviously be wrong, but I just think that's the day and time we're in. You know, I never thought Xbox would just be, we putting some of our games over there, even though some Xbox games are already over there. But when you think about Xbox, no platform holder has ever had this many studios. No platform holder has had this many studios. So I'm expecting some of their games to go multi-platform. They bought two big-ass publishers, right? You know, some of their games will go multi-platform. It's just that their flagships should not go multi-platform. But at the same time, I would never say never because I don't know what these companies would do. But that's just how I feel, you know. And PlayStation, Pony said they will never put their game on PC. That was before you guys was around, right? That's back when I'm like my channel first started. I used to listen to shows. They said PlayStation would never put their games on PC. They don't have to. They don't need to. Then when they started to put their games on PC, PlayStation would never put their games on PC day and date. Guaranteed that's coming. So
Absolutely.
never say never.
What
If you
games,
had a
though?
bought day games, they wouldn't have to. But you got how many people in your system? And you didn't buy the games. They had no choice. It's your fault. It's all your fault. You brought that upon yourself. We don't care about how much games we got. It's a Sony game. And the people that are complaining the most, this is the fun part. And Dirt, you've seen it. Complaining, we got this, we got that, but you never bought it. You don't buy the game that you preach about. We got this, we got that. Did you buy the new game? Yep. And this actually, what happened with that Hellraiser, whatever that game is, it shows the true stats of you don't buy your games on your console. Most of it all went to PC. That means that you're the problem, not the game.
And listen, we'll see what happens when it goes to Xbox.
Oh, it'll be here.
And, yeah.
And with the multiplayer console, it's got to come here.
I think that we're going to have PlayStation games come over. It's just a matter of time. They've already announced it. Again, you look at something like Helldivers. If you don't think Hiroki, Totoki, and the rest of their leadership team goes over there and looks at those numbers and says to themselves, "Holy shit! Thank God we put that game elsewhere, because if not, the game would have been gone already." nobody would have given a shit about that game had it not been for the PC people who picked it up and went crazy about it, right? So all that does to them is say, well, if barely any PlayStation people are buying Helldivers, then I turn and I look at MLB The Show, and then I look at the fact that there's over 6 times more people who bought that game on Xbox over PlayStation. And it's pretty easy to start seeing.
Like 6 times many players stuff, though, right?
Yeah, 6 times players. Yeah. 6 times as many players as on PlayStation. But
and they buy the
seeing
game.
that,
it's not just in Game Pass, not because it's in Game Pass. They actually are buying the baseball game.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, I feel like baseball is such a niche thing that
Mm-hmm.
those people are probably not into. They probably don't even have Game Pass much. They probably out there just buying the damn game on Xbox. But either way, like you still see the fact that no matter how you cut it, it's doing better on Xbox than it is there. And it's like, well, why? Why do we need to limit ourselves to just the baseball game, right? When Helldivers
is American,
do better over there.
It's American, and most Xboxes are sold in America. So why do you think baseball is so popular? They brought the game finally to an American console. That's where it lives and breathes. And
well, I mean, but there's a lot of PlayStation 5s in America.
Yeah, it is.
Motherfuckers still not buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like those
are those PlayStation guys. Don't worry about them.
Yeah. They don't do shit. They don't do shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no way around it, man. Like it's going to happen. This is the thing. This is the easiest way to just wrap up the idea. If the $3 trillion company who doesn't need to do it at all does it with some of their games, how the hell do you think the Brokeback Mountain Station is going to be able to keep their games just on PlayStation and just on PC? Because let's be clear,
Brokeback use that on Monday. I know he is Brokeback Mountain Station.
Damn.
To be clear, even with understand there's 54 million PlayStations and there's hundreds of millions of PCs, and it's still only sold like 4 million copies. Xbox put Hi-Fi Rush on other places because it sold it's had over 3 million players, right? Like it's still not enough, right? There's still not that many people who purchase that game. Again, it's not like a PUBG that had 3 million concurrent players and then it's went ahead and it's in the top, history of what is it, number 5 or whatever you told me?
Like 75 million copies sold. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, like that's crazy, right? That's just not happening with Helldivers.
Halo Infinite is beating that game on PC. More people playing that on PC, and it is crossplay than that Helldivers game. PC and Xbox together.
I don't know if like on Steam concurrent.
I don't think that's true right now. Yeah, I don't think that's true right now.
I don't know if it's Steam.
They just came out with it. No, they're jumping back because a new update came with new things. They cut every season. They jump right back in. There's a new season that started, and it's ridiculously crowded.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I don't know. I know people be finding the how to look at the concurrence, but I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I don't know either.
I wait till somebody post it on Twitter, then I look.
Yeah. Somebody will post it on Twitter. But
Halo people,
like even if you think about it, they haven't come out and done this big, like, oh man, Helldivers sold this much, right? Like there hasn't been any big announcement.
The big announcement, yeah. Like
I'm not taking away from the game. I think the game is fine for the people who played it. Like I'm not gonna pay for it.
Doodle, Dirt, and CMoney. I got a question for you guys, real quick.
Sure thing.
Okay, so when you first start, I gotta say it. When you first saw Foam Stars at the event that they had when they showed it for the first time, how many of us knew that was going to be a flop and nobody was going to play it?
Pure trash. Pure garbage. Pure crap.
That game had flop written all over it.
So why didn't Sony guys see it and say that? And they say, this is going to be the big one, Foam Stars, but you ain't even playing it.
Sorry, X-Man. There were ponies putting that in their 2024 banger list. We got
I know.
Stars dropping. Hell, like, man, come on. That shit died immediately. And it was in PlayStation Plus. Don't forget.
It didn't even last 2 days.
Yes, it's free. It's
They
freaking
couldn't
free.
give that shit away. They couldn't give it away.
You know what's sad?
Okay, so like, hold on. Like, remember the pony that said, if like, whoever doesn't play this, I will block you. I know he blocked a lot of.
I remember that. That game, I
fucking blocked himself. He just deleted himself off the page. He's like, oh shit.
I ain't even
even touch this shit.
This is weird. This is a multiplayer game, right? And honestly, it's weird. That game would have done better for Square Enix to put it on Xbox than it did on PlayStation. I'm sorry, put it in Game Pass. It probably would have got more, more players.
It probably would have. We tried to go ahead. Didn't we try to download it? See?
Yeah.
And we were like, damn, who are we kidding? And then will it be anybody out there who will be playing this trash?
We did not even turn that game on once. It's crazy because the way you know that the shit is super trash is by the amount of Xbox fans who are not playing it, right? Because how many Xbox dudes I constantly see on my timeline playing the next PlayStation game. Oh man, I love my PlayStation games. It's like, all right, cool. But if they didn't even touch it, right, that's when you know you got a problem, right? If they don't want to touch it,
everybody knew that damn game. Well, come on, man. But so that's why I used to make videos making fun of guys that put that game in their banger 2024 PlayStation games list. Stop it.
That's wild.
Hell Divers. That game. Now I was interested in Hell Divers before it even dropped. It looked decent. It reminded me of Outriders, right? And I love Outriders.
I gotta walk my dog for a minute. I gotta let him outside real quick to let him go. All right.
No Foam Stars and Baby Steps.
Come on, man.
The thing about
Baby Steps, that's another one. I can't wait till that comes out.
The title alone just like contained, like it just draws you in. You're like, oh my god, I can't even breathe, guys. Baby Steps?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Who came up with that freaking name?
Yeah, that was a problem.
But the problem, I think the bigger problem with like something like Helldivers and anything that comes from that side, I feel like, and I've said it before, I don't see the point of the PlayStation 5. They didn't even need to make that freaking console because they don't have anything that has been a mark where you can say, oh wow, look, that's a PlayStation 5
Doodle, remember, that's genius. It's genius.
Oh my goodness,
it's
all a plan. I forgot.
It was all part of the plan.
It was a part of the plan.
Yes. That's why they're taking time off for a year and a half. They want to get in shape and then come back looking better than ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I get that.
That's so clown shit.
No, but it's a lack of trust, CMoney. For me, like, even if like Helldivers were a good freaking game, to go ahead and put my money into anything PlayStation right now with everything that's been going on, I just can't do it. I can't justify it. Yeah. You know how many other games I've started that I can't move forward with because I feel like, oh, what in the hell? No, I don't want to play this. It's not enough. Like the ponies are not enough. Their games are not enough. It's been said.
Yeah. Let me get the homies. They've been waiting for a while. Homie Sir Riffs a lot, man. Thank you both for being here. Thank you for that
What's up, baby?
Says glad to get my fix. I'm a dirtaholic.
Let's go.
Dirtaholic. Look at that. Jonas the dad. Thank you, brother.
What's up, baby?
$2 super chat says, LOL, Phil gave the ponies just the tip.
Just a tip, baby.
You know they go crazy with just the tip. You know what I'm saying? That's why you get it in there. So you gotta just get the tip in, and then you're good to go.
Well, those ponies ran with it.
They did indeed. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about here is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I mean, we've been talking about it the whole time about PlayStation's lack of I don't know, purchase power. I don't know, people who show up for their system to actually buy something. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII, the dude, that British dude, Christopher Dingleberry.
He's on Dream. He's on Christopher Dream.
No, that guy, that UK dude who is like a pony, but he gives like UK numbers. I haven't.
I thought
It's like Chris Dingle or some shit.
Dring.
Who?
Yeah. Dring. Dring. Yes, you talking about, right?
Oh, Dring.
Dring.
Chris Dring. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
I don't know
think that's what
why
you're talking
I
about,
read
yeah.
that as Dingle.
I was like, who the
Oh
shit?
yeah, Christopher
that's
Dring.
Dring.
Oh yeah, you're right. I always read it as
Dingle.
it's Christopher Dingle. Oh Jesus. Yeah. So, UK box sales are nearly 30% down over the previous game. Obviously that's just physical, but you know, it's still telling, right?
Mhm.
They're on their way down on this game. I knew it wasn't going to sell. And it seems like that's happening. How many days has it been out already?
I don't know. It came out last Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it came out either Friday or Tuesday, like sometime last week.
Sometime
Maybe.
last week.
Point is
what I miss?
that
What I miss?
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. When did it come out?
About a week and a half ago, I think.
Week and a
2
half.
weeks ago, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Let me see.
It came out leap year day, the 29th.
So it was last
was that Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday, right?
Yep, 29th,
So it's
yep.
been Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right?
Mhm.
That's what Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days, right? 5 days. I know I have to do the math.
Doom Reaper says so. Only 8
years
years
till
till part 3.
Yeah. But I mean, how excited they're gonna be about making part 3 when part 2 is not gonna do shit? Let's be clear.
How
For
much did they
bangers,
make? How much did they make?
well, we don't know, right? For bangers, right? When games pop, right? The big dogs, right? You know, within a few days, Starfield, we knew the day that bitch launched that they had already sold X amount of
before
the
it officially launched. It has sold 2 million before it officially launched.
Exactly. And they were out here parading that shit, right? Immediately.
And they still say it didn't do well. And they still call it a flop.
Fucking clowns.
Freaking
Clowns. They had
wild.
over 1 million
Can't make
people
this shit
playing at
up.
the same time, but that's you know,
concurrent, right?
Yeah. But the point is, it's been 4 or 5 days, and we haven't heard diddly shit from them about what they did. So I mean, you got pre-order numbers, right? That they could have flaunted. Like, we had 1 million pre-orders.
Nah, those didn't come through.
Nothing.
They did that same thing with Forspoken. When Forspoken came out, they didn't announce anything. Square Enix stayed quiet. But my buddy K Mega played the game, and he got through the beginning of it, and he said it opened up, I think, after his 3rd or 4th mission, and he said the game's phenomenal. It's one of them overlooked games, man.
Which one?
Forspoken. He got it on PC.
Yeah, but remember what Doodle said before? When you have to play the game, blah, 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 for a certain amount of time before it gets good.
Oh, he bought it on PC.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably another one. But yeah, I can't. If you don't grip me right away, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I play for a little bit, and it's like, what am I doing here?
I've been saying this for a few years, CMoney. Some of those games, like the new Spider-Man 2, you could have put it on the PS4. That's where you still have a lot of people that don't have the PS5. You could have put it there. You could have made money, but you're the one that wanted to kick everything on the PS5. That's your biggest problem. And you have not, in the last 8 years, you have not been innovating in servers for the multiplayer. That's your fault for not buying servers instead of keep making PS this, PS Pro 5 and whatever. That's your fault.
That shit real.
Yeah, so, that's why they don't invest in multiplayer games like the ones that we used to love from the PlayStation. And that's their biggest problem. Infrastructure, not console. It's all about the software. And they tell you what they want. Your players tell you what you want, but you don't listen to them. In some way, Microsoft at least listens to us. And that's where the disconnect is. Now they're starting to play slow catch up again.
I think we play different. Like we play more on Xbox, so they have like better numbers to look at. I feel like the PlayStation dudes, all the PlayStation dudes tell Sony is that they want them to spend $400 million on a game that they ain't gonna buy. I mean,
And I think the
that's just
message has
reality.
been received. And it's time for them to go ahead and, like they said, we're going to go ahead and grab these games and make the money we should have made through other platforms.
But it's
And
seven.
I mean, I don't blame them for it.
But it's
I think
about
it's overdue, actually. They should have done this long ago.
But it's about 6 or 7 years too late for that. You're way
Absolutely.
behind the curve. And if you got to wait for GTA 6 to come out to help you, and you don't see the investment you really where you need to make it, instead of seeing $350 million for Spider-Man to get made, that's actually a retread. You know, I mean, most of that money that got stolen could have went for your infrastructure. It could have. Microsoft gave you the Azure servers. You could have used that. I'm sure Microsoft took that away right now after that bullcrap that did with Activision.
No, they ain't take it away.
Oh, they still got it? I didn't know that.
Nah,
You
they're
know,
gonna keep taking that money no matter what.
Nah, they gonna make that money, bro.
Well, why don't they utilize that service for their multiplayer? You know,
because they don't know how to use it. Just because they're given the tool doesn't mean that they know how to use it. You know what I'm saying?
All that money they spent, though, CMoney, they could have found people that know how to use it. They could have hired.
Well, the last time they tried to find somebody to help them, they bought Bungie, and we all saw how that shit turned out. So
waste of money. Hey,
yeah, I don't think they have the ability. Go ahead.
So let me talk about what you actually like, the point you brought up. Now, me personally, I'm going to wait until the digital numbers come out. Right now, with that being said, PlayStation fanboys always ran with UK box sales.
Facts. That's why we're using it.
If there was a multi-platform game, oh shit, 80% sold on a PlayStation, 20% sold on the Xbox. They always ran with that. In the UK, UK is small, they will always run with UK box sales, physical sales. So I understand where you guys are coming from. I understand why the smoke is being given to them. But me personally, I'm gonna wait till the digital numbers come out. Now, if the digital numbers come out and it's still lower, I'm talking mad shit. But now,
listen, this is why they get layers of smoke. You know what I'm saying? We start now. This is just the start of brush fire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is just a little smoke.
This is a little
right?
slap.
A little baby smoke.
Yeah.
But most of the people that are complaining are in America. What about American sales?
But this is what I'm telling you, right? They have 5 days to come out and pump their chest about something, right? But they haven't, right? And we know that typically they would. Somebody would have come out and said something somewhere. It's just not the case. Listen, Final Fantasy, them dudes told you that Final Fantasy 7 remake sales weren't enough when they were like, yo, we got to make Final Fantasy 16 completely different than any of these games because ain't nobody buying these fucking games anymore. So we got to do something different. And then you go back to it being the same type of game as the remake. What do you think's going to happen? People still don't give a shit because you took a game that was everywhere. Sure, it was back in the day. The first ones were on Nintendo, right? And then it swapped to PlayStation. But then, it kind of opened up. Like, it was on PlayStation for a long time. Then they opened up. Final Fantasy 15 was a huge game, did huge numbers.
Don't forget, CMoney, not to cut you off. Final Fantasy 15, that's the one where the guys were pushing the car, right?
Yeah, the brothers.
15.
The boy
band. Game, I read it sold more on PS4. Don't get me wrong, but I still believe it sold 2 million on the Xbox One. It might have sold more on the PS4, but 2 million is 2 million. So they should have, made a multi-platform. But I guess Sony had to do that. They made it exclusive. But
here's something they had about.
But that new Square Enix CEO, he ain't like the old one.
He ain't about that life, bro.
He's not about that life. He's not about that broke life.
He got Phil
money.
Spencer. He got Phil Spencer pregnant on stage by holding his hand too long. He wants Phil to be his baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is.
You guys heard that Final Fantasy 16 it does not run good on the high performance mode on the PlayStation 5. They have to play it
it
at
set our
30
PlayStation on
frames a
fire.
second. They had to play it at
Oh, you talking about
30
7?
frames a second.
Are you
No,
talking about 7
no,
Rebirth?
no.
16.
This is the new one, the 16.
Yeah, 16.
No.
You didn't hear about that? Me and Dirt.
No, you
me
talking
and
about the one
Ron-
that came out last week, right? You talking about 7
Yeah,
Rebirth?
me and Boom.
Oh no,
me and
right
Boom
now we're talking about
talked
7
about it
Rebirth, but he was
on
talking
the
about
show
16.
Monday.
Oh,
16.
okay.
Yeah, the new one. The Rebirth one. They said it can't run at 60 frames.
So,
I mean,
so it's 7.
Rebirth
Yeah.
is 7.
Yeah, it's
Rebirth
7.
is 7. The remake, but it's part 2 of the
I
7
said
remake.
Final
Final Fantasy
7 Rebirth, right.
16 came out
Yeah.
last year.
Last year.
Yeah, well, that was the Rebirth. It can't
Yeah,
run.
I did
I
see
get
that.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
like,
it looks shitty on the high performance. It's like
That
it's
performance
saying
mode.
it drops in and up, and they can only run on 30. But they complain about why they lock Starfield at 30. You know what I'm saying? And they do have load screens in that game.
Called Afterbirth. Who the hell called it Final Fantasy 7 Afterbirth? Doom Rebirth.
Let me get Yobi in here real quick.
Yobi, let's
thank you
go,
both for being here.
baby.
Thank you for $5 super chat. Says
Thank
correction.
you so much.
Starfield did numbers on the collector's edition for the pre-order.
Yep,
Same
I got
day,
that.
sold out worldwide. Insane.
Insane.
Well, yeah, because remember, if you had the either collector's edition or if you pre-ordered it, whatever the fuck it was, you did the upgrade, you got to play early.
Yeah, early access.
Right. So, man, motherfuckers did that.
Hey,
like so
my
many people
sister
did it.
It's such
my
an
sister told
anticipated
me to
game.
tell you hello, Detroit.
Yo, Detroit. What's up?
Detroit.
You say your
That's
sister's
what
pregnant?
Yeah, she looking at you on the
I'm
screen.
just saying that this
Detroit.
game is, and again, like I don't
What's up?
like I know we want to keep it cool, right? Oh, let's keep it cool, but this
Ponies don't deserve that
these
shit.
motherfuckers don't have any
No.
games coming out. Like this is their game to
They
play.
love running their freaking mouth, and it's time to
4
slap
million?
them the fuck up and bring them to their knees. I agree with you, and I don't think that Xbox should go ahead and pick up Square. I think that buy would be a I got your bitch type of buy, and it's not going to be anything. Yeah, like a snatcher. Yeah, look who's with me now. That will be a slap in the face to all the ponies, but come on. She's ragged up. Nobody wants her. She ain't making the games.
I mean, maybe with the this is the thing, right? Maybe with the right baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? Dress her up right. You know what I'm saying? Let her shop, let her get her nails done. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty her up.
Hair did,
And then she started doing it right. You know what I'm saying? I just think that right now, Square, she tight. You know what I'm saying? She can't go buy nice clothes and shit. Like she's just trying to get by. And
Trying to get
she
by,
got an
man.
abusive ass baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you know what it is? She made a couple of decisions she regret. You know what I'm
she
saying?
did.
So she's
She
trying
did.
to rectify those decisions. Like, you know, maybe I can do this to change my ways. Maybe I don't have to depend on this piece of shit dude anymore. I mean, I still have him around, but I need to start messing with some other people.
Facts. Listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you do it right. Maybe she could do something nice. You know,
Exactly.
Hey, we don't know. We don't know.
Listen, they drop freaking foam stars. That's all I'm saying.
This is the thing. I feel like honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm not aware of like the past history, but I feel like Sony and PlayStation, they're just trying to kill Square. I think that's what's happening because they can't
Intentionally?
provide. I think so. They're telling me, come over here. Look, we have 54 million people who can buy your game, and no one ever does. But they keep tricking them. Next time's gonna be different. Next time, you're gonna give us every game.
Yeah.
Bro, these motherfuckers got remake, integrate, 16, and rebirth, and none of them did shit. None of them.
It's like an abusive relationship, and you're like, yo, get the fuck out of there. That motherfucker's whooping your ass. And Square is like, this is where I'm staying. Like, pack up and go.
Final Fantasy remake did
said that
7
Final
million.
Fantasy 7 remake did 7 million copies
In
4
4
years.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's
not
wild.
impressive. I mean, for a small game,
But not freaking Final
that would
Fantasy.
be impressive.
Come on.
Right? You sell 7 million consoles, 7 million copies lifetime for a small game. That's insane.
Titanfall did better
Final
than that.
Fantasy?
Titanfall did better than that over the time.
Yeah, and let's be clear, Final Fantasy Remake is not a PlayStation 5 game. PlayStation 5, there's 54 million. There's 120 million.
It was a PS4 game. You're right about that.
It's PlayStation 4, 7 million, and that's lifetime. So you know that's people who bought it on PlayStation 5. And are they including Integrate in that, or are they counting that separately? Because Integrate is, I don't know, right? So who knows? But I guess the point is that was garbage. Ryu Art Gaming just pointed out the facts right now. Power World did 25 million in a month, dog.
Let's go. How much it costs to make Power World, by the way?
You know what's crazy?
10 million on Xbox, fam.
If you go by just the sales, not even just the player, it's still sold 15 million. On Steam. And listen, man, I think it's clear that PC is a platform people can't ignore anymore. These companies ain't ignoring PC. They're yo. But yeah, listen, man. Like I said, I'm gonna wait to hear the final numbers from the with the digital, with the UK shit, But I'm gonna have a little fun though. We gonna see what happens.
The other thing, just to keep in mind too, guys, because I know everybody wants to say, well, PlayStation is going to be putting their games on PC and not Xbox, right? But let's be clear. Xbox has been putting their games on PC for fucking years.
For years.
And that has not changed the fucking game for them. Okay. Let's be clear. Okay. PC players play what the fuck they feel is dope, and that's it.
That's it.
I can tell you right now, putting the next God of War on PC is not gonna make that fucking game a 60 million seller. It's not gonna happen. You'll pick up however many that they come to get, a few million if it's really popping. But at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade. All right. It's PC players. They buy games, yes, for sure, but they have their types of games that they really get behind. And the biggest games are multiplayer.
Yep.
Number one, multiplayer. And then you have RPGs that they fucking love and adore. Outside of that, where's the other stories of outside of first party, these third parties that put these huge games out on PC as well? Where's the stories of the million sold? Immortals of Avium or whatever the fuck was on PC. Where the fuck they shut that bitch down?
Did they?
Immortals of Avium?
That shut down on PC? Oh,
yeah, they released on PC. Immortals of Avium?
Oh, you talking about the studio got
the studio got shut down.
Yeah. I knew that. I thought you were saying the game on PC got shut down.
Yeah, but I'm saying it came out on PC. That shit PC is not a saving ground.
They play what they like you just said.
Exactly. They play what they like. So I could tell you right now, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, all these things, those are big enough brands that if those motherfuckers wanted to play those games, they would have did it. You know what it shows you? God of War, they released that shit on PC. How many did they pick up? 1 million?
I got it.
2 million? 3 million? Hundreds of millions of PC players? Like, come on, man. This is not going to change the world for PlayStation. That's why Xbox is part of that equation. They need to put that shit everywhere to get the most possible people buying that game. And probably don't be surprised if those motherfuckers go on Game Pass. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised.
Listen,
that Sony won't take the bag.
They will take that bag. They will take that bag quickly. And again, like we said, he's not messing
charge their
around.
PlayStation players $70.
When you hungry, you gonna eat a cracker. I mean, you ain't gonna get no filet mignon. Isn't that what Eddie Murphy
Exactly.
said? What a delicious cracker.
Facts.
Listen, and I do think Ratchet and Clank will do well on freaking Switch. It will do well on Xbox. It will probably sell more than it did on PlayStation. I think it's
It
time
didn't sell
to
shit on PC.
Exactly.
It's already on PC.
Yeah,
I didn't save it.
Yeah,
it did. You see what I'm saying? Like when you start thinking about this idea that Hiroki Totoki is sitting there when he's
not messing
talking
around,
about,
dude.
oh, we got to put our games in more places. if you think that motherfucker's looking at PC as the savior, nah, man. Mad games been coming to PC. What game? Not every game hits it big. Most don't, right? Only a few. And again, if you look through it, they're either multiplayer shooters and shit like that, multiplayer games, those survival games they love, right? You get a good survival game, they go up there, and RPGs, man. That's it. And guess what? PlayStation doesn't have any of that shit. They don't got any of those fucking games. They don't have any of those fucking games. So don't expect PlayStation to put out their fucking first party games they over there and have it be some massive, oh shit, look at what we've been missing all this time. Nah, man. The people who bought the Spider-Man game, Spider-Man. Again, think about it. Spider-Man 2018, Miles Morales, all that shit on PC.
The game that could have saved them, they got rid of. They got rid of Twisted Metal. That could have helped them so much. But you killed the studio.
Biggest IP that you can have in gaming right now. It's just straight up brand recognition. And they don't care, man. They don't care. They didn't show up. They didn't throw a parade like, yo, thank God, PlayStation. Whoa, I'm so happy that you arrived. Right? Did you guys hear that shit that PlayStation is going to make their own store?
I did. Oh, on PC.
On PC.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also, I don't know if you know who's saying it, but I also heard that they're possibly looking into dual entitlement. Like Xbox gives you when you buy the game, you'll get it on. If you play it on the PC store, you can. If you buy the game, you'll have it on both places.
But do they got the cloud infrastructure for that? Do they have the cloud infrastructure to take your save? I mean,
they can surely pay Xbox to use theirs if they Xbox take the bag. You know what I'm saying?
If they don't have the cloud infrastructure, that's not going to work. They have to develop it. They got a problem with their cloud service now. Oh, if you don't pay your Sony Live thing, you lost all your memory for all your cloud save for all your games.
Let's be honest, y'all. PlayStation, while their consoles sell extremely well, when it comes to preparing for the future, they're behind. They're 100% behind. Last generation, where we saw games as a service starting to be a thing, they said, no, let's stick to a super expensive single-player story-driven games. Are you guys paying attention to what's going on? Y'all don't have any first-party nothing besides single player games last generation. They had more in the PS3 generation. They had some multiplayer first party games. Then, for whatever reason, they focused strictly on single player games. And now they're behind. Now they're talking about getting into mobile. Now they're talking about putting their games on PC day and date. Bro, y'all are behind. So now you're seeing this
where they always are.
Yeah, right. They are, but now you're seeing this super dry period for them that we haven't seen since maybe the beginning of the PS4 generation. Where if the PS4 would have failed, PlayStation would probably be third party. Let's be real, because the PS3 was a disaster generation for them. If the PS4 would have failed, they probably would be third party. But obviously, they're successful, but they're behind.
But they lucked into that.
Yeah,
they lucked into
Xbox just helped them.
Because remember, just like you said, right? They're always behind. Them being behind is what saved them for PlayStation 4. Because Xbox was looking in the future. These motherfuckers still stay behind, and everybody was still in that mindset.
The smoke. Yeah.
The PS4 took the 360 blueprint. That's what the PS4 did. And it worked. And Xbox was thinking too far ahead for the time, right? They were thinking too far ahead.
Let me share this disc with you, dude. Here, this is how you share your game.
Hey, that hurt, bro. If the concept of the Xbox One drop in 2024, some people would still say, but I think more people would be open to it as opposed to 2013.
That's exactly what they're literally going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They announced we saw it in the leaks. They're going to make a box that's going to be powered by the cloud and AI. That's what they were trying to do with the cloud. That was the whole point. That's why they built a box that wasn't as powerful as the PlayStation 4, because the cloud was going to do it. And if back then it was a joke, oh, the power of the cloud, the power of the cloud, the power of the cloud. Guess what, motherfuckers? Go look at fucking Flight Simulator and tell me if the power of the cloud is fucking fake.
I flew over my house, bro. That shit was fire.
Like, it's fucking amazing.
I'm gonna give you an example.
My subdivision, you can see all that shit. I was like, oh, I know they had a pool, like real shit.
Yeah, you could check on your neighbors.
My neighbors had a pool, and I didn't even know. But but it's
so
accurate.
By and see if they had a pool.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm flying, then you kind of pause it. You in the air, like, oh shit, that's my house right there. My neighbor. Oh, I didn't know they had a pool back there. Yeah, I'm like real shit, and the shit was amazing, man.
So about 2 weeks ago, me, Noof, and a whole bunch of people back from the dead and everybody, and Cozy and all that, we played Halo Master Chief on a Sunday for his game night. But it's about 16 people in there, and we were all playing, right? But a lot of people didn't have it on their hard drive. So they went and played it out of the cloud, with xCloud and stuff like that. And 6 people did not have it installed. 7 people didn't have it installed. Game ran smooth. Nobody had able to play. Yeah, they were still able to play, and there was no problem. And here's the thing:
don't tell that to fucking Digital Foundry, okay? Right. Don't tell them that it ran well, because according to them, the xCloud sucks dick.
Oh, they're from the UK. They don't count. I don't pay no attention to them, dude. I really don't, because them and Metacritic. I don't pay no attention to that. I listen to, like all of us, we listen to what our friends think. Mm-hmm. That's how I evaluate a game. That's how I've been evaluating games since the 80s and 90s, dude. I listen to what my friends say, and that's carried on to this generation.
Let me get a One Punch Jedi real quick.
One Punch Jedi, man.
What's
Thank
you both for being here. Thank you for that.
Thank you for rocking out with us.
Says, yeah, didn't they say Spider-Man 2 sold 3 million in 24 hours? Fastest selling PlayStation game. Didn't they say Final Fantasy 16 sold 2 million in 3 days? Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth? DOA, bitches. Yes, it's fucking dead, bro. Listen, it is absolutely not popping. And that's just the reality of it. Again, same scenario. I see more Xbox dudes talking about Final Fantasy than PlayStation dudes on these streets. It's crazy.
Because they didn't even buy it. That's why they can't talk about something that they don't have. Oh yeah, they will. I forgot. They fake it.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah,
but this is what they
go
are,
watch
man.
a video of somebody playing and say, "Yeah, I did this and did that." Yeah, when did you see it? Oh, I watched the video. Fake.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you believe this whole $40 game versus the $70 game is making the difference in the sales?
I've been saying this for so long, man. I've been saying that at the beginning of this year when I started seeing that trend, that this is a bad economy, man. A lot of people can't pay that. Plus, all the bugs we've been seeing in these expensive games for the past 5, 6, 7 years, a lot of people don't want to invest in that. They catch the game when it was on sale, catch the game later when it's on sale, and they probably fix a lot of the problems previous. So I've been noticing this, that a lot of these lower priced games have been coming out with pretty much no bugs. There's a few and far between, but not as much as these super $70, $80 titles. And I've been one of the only people to notice that. And sometimes the smaller games make more money because it's accumulative. Say you sold 1 million of an expensive game, $1 million worth, 1 million copies of an expensive game. But because of the game, another game being lower price and being better quality, that actually accumulates higher with 20, 30 million copies. As an example, I'm going high end on that 20, 30 million. But
yeah,
it's an example of a better lower price game is defeating a higher price game with problems. And that's the truth. It's a bad economy. A lot of people ain't got that money right now, and it's tight. Hence, Game Pass always so saves people too. So it's catching up with Sony. They should have never started it. They made more money when their games were at 60 than 70. I know it's only a $10 difference, but in the mindset of people, it's a lot more than 60.
I mean, and if you ain't got the extra 10, they ain't gonna give it to you. So it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like
because you don't have GameStop to trade in games no more. I mean, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
take a disc to it. It's digital.
What do you think? What do you think, Dirt? Do you think that that's a huge thing, the 40 versus 70 situation?
I think it helps. I mean, lower price games will give a person a reason, like more of an incentive to check it out. Some people like Helldivers 2. It's like it's 40. I think I might try it. If it was 70, I would be more hesitant to try it, right? But like something Serious Man just said, they made more money when games were 60 than 70. I think that's because the budgets are so much now, So I do think that matters 100%. You'll just, I mean, it's like everyday life. You go to a store, like people go to Walmart. Some people buy the Great Value brand more than the real shit, As long as it's quality, I'll buy the Great Value brand in a minute. I'll buy the Walmart version of something as long as it's quality.
I don't care how cheap it is, as long as it's 2-ply.
So, let me ask you a question.
For the example, NFL 2K5, right? I don't know if you play sports games, money, but in 2004,
NFL 2K5 was amazing, bro.
Amazing, but you know what? I told this story several times because I remember living. I used to go to GameStop every day and just talk to the people about video games. And I remember Madden just dominating, and people wouldn't give 2K a chance. So they realized we have to do something to make people give us a chance, our game a chance, and they lowered the price to $20, and people gave it a chance. And people was like, "Yo, this shit is fire." And Madden said, "Oh shit!"
Immediately, they took that license exclusive.
Yeah, he said, Madden at the time, he right. They still had the old little blocky characters that went back and then 2K came out with ESPN.
Oh, tell me you play that shit first person and didn't say, "Yo, this is crazy."
Quality. I was like, "Yo, that's fire."
First person.
That wasn't the part I loved.
You hear them talking shit to each other right there. Like that was football. Like you never seen.
Still works on the Xbox Series.
Oh yes, I know.
I still got the disc. It still works.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
It still works
over there.
But I love the fact of your VMU when you're playing with your friend, they could not see your play. That was innovation. That's what I love.
That was on
Dreamcast. You talking about Dreamcast?
Yeah, that was Dreamcast.
I'm talking about the other one. I'm talking about the one that came on the Dreamcast.
The original
was. That's where they all were.
That was the original one.
The original one. Yeah, that was the shit, bro.
Yep. Yeah.
So like gone, though. Back to your original point, I do think it matters. All right, let me get the question right. You're asking me $70 versus $40. Is that a big difference to the consumer? Is that what you're asking me?
Don't forget tax.
I mean, is that a game? Well, I mean, is that the reason why people would buy versus not buying?
That's another reason.
Are you asking if the $70 were cheaper?
So this is the what I'm trying to say, right? People are having this whole big conversation, right? Oh, Power World was 40 or 30 or 20, some shit. It was a lower price, right?
$30, yes.
Helldivers was, and there was another game that Enshrouded or some other game that came out that kind of popped and went high, but it was lower price, right? It wasn't the big budget, $70 number.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what I'm asking is, like, when you look at that, does that change like how you view a game, or whether it's worth you picking up or not picking up because it's 70 versus 40, right?
Yeah.
Like, I guess when I think about this, right, I say to myself, well, if you don't like bacon, I don't really think it matters what price I set bacon at.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna want to buy it, right? But if you love bacon,
you'll be.
And I tell you that instead of $4, they ain't no more $4 bacon. It's $10 bacon. then you're gonna find a way to buy the bacon, right? Like that's I just know.
But that
Yeah,
bacon is
I looked
tried
at
and true, though.
Helldivers, and that shit didn't help PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Like it helped on PC. Like again, I know PlayStation's the publisher, right? But let's take away them being the publisher.
Mhm.
The game did dog shit on PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's
It
still
did.
a $40 game.
I understand what you're saying.
So
now.
it didn't
Yeah.
help
I
them
got
that it
you.
was a $40 game versus what you pay for freaking Spider-Man 2, right? Because at the end of the day, they still didn't buy the game. And
they made less because it was so much cheaper.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying now. So I agree with your analogy. If you like bacon, you're gonna give bacon a try, right? No matter the price it is. Okay, if you look at like for me personally, if a game is 40 or 70, if it's something I'm interested in, I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah, me
Right.
exactly.
But like look at the best-selling games of all. I mean, just like right now, Fortnite is free, right? Free to
Facts.
play.
yes,
But you look at a game like Call of Duty, that game is 70. Some people
$70.
buy the deluxe edition, which is 100, but they want the game. That's the game they're interested in, so they'll pay for it. If you're interested enough, you'll pay for it. It doesn't matter what price the game is. We've seen it. So if PlayStation guys were not buying Helldivers 2 on the console, maybe they wasn't interested. Right?
Look at Elden Ring. Elden
PC.
Ring came out at $60.
Right.
When every other game was 70 at the time. And I know people talked about how good the game was, but that price difference made a difference of people buying it.
I think Elden Ring would have sold even if it was 70 though.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Facts. Yeah.
I think people wanted the game.
It was just that game. It was
Yeah.
just that game. Elden Ring was fucking phenomenal. But this is the other side of it, right? What about the people who look at a price that you put on your game and they look at you and say, well, that means your game is shit if it's less, or it's inferior because it's like you don't believe in your game. You don't think your game is good enough to put it for 70. So why would I want to buy it? And I'm really alluding to Hellblade 2.
I know.
Which is going to be $50. And when they announced it was going to be 50,
with that.
We heard the ponies come out. They're
haters.
Yeah.
And you translate it, and they were talking shit about Hellblade, saying that it wasn't going to be as good.
Something similar about Alan Wake 2, because that was like, wasn't also 50? Digital only?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I believe it was 50 also, digital only. So that's just hate, bro. The Hellblade 2 is the best looking game we've seen. Well, I can't speak for everybody that I've seen shown off this generation. That's the first time. After they showed Hellblade 2, then they said it was a shorter experience, around the same length as the first game, which is around between 8 to 10 hours. Then you hear it's digital only. People, oh no, this is bullshit. Bro, Alan Wake was just digital only and $50. Stop it. Right? So that's just hate. I think that's hate, bro. That's just that's hypocrisy and hate because it's an Xbox product. That's all that is.
Yeah, but wasn't that what you got that game with the woman and the dinosaurs on the PlayStation digital only too?
Woman with the dinosaur
on the PlayStation. What's her name? She's a dinosaur killer or something like that.
Is he talking? Are you talking about? Is it Horizon?
I can't even get.
Oh, Horizon's
right.
Yeah.
Aloy.
Right.
No,
robot bitch.
That was physical.
So that's 70.
They did have a
and that was 70. Yeah.
Okay. But how many more people probably bought it? But more people probably bought it digital because it's convenient. That's the problem. The convenience of digital is what's happening out there. There are some games we wish we hadn't purchased digitally, but you know what I'm saying. We all go through that. But that's I don't know. I don't want to talk about that subject because that subject doesn't bother me. I go with the trends of whatever game is going.
I don't think you can look at a game like Hellblade and think that, they're doing that because the game is less than. See, if anything, that just.
They better announce a custom console for Hellblade. That's what they need to do.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
No, man.
You know what's crazy?
They gotta do the rap, bro. The rap.
Oh
Give me
God.
a rap.
The
I can see a
only
rap
reason
more
why
than
I
a custom
felt a
console.
certain way about it only being digital is because Hellblade, you freaking look at that game and every shot feels like, oh my gosh, that could be the collector's edition. Oh my God, that could be the collector's edition. I would love for them to make some amazing freaking statues of Hellblade because it is just absolutely stunning. So that was
agree.
the only thing I was hoping that they would do, you know, a collector's edition on the side. But again, this is the situation, and this is kind of like where Xbox has been leaning into. The digital is the future, right? We're trying to shift that. And so taking a game like Hellblade 2 and make it only digital, I mean, I think that that's just a testament to what they're trying to push.
Yeah, Microsoft was looking
We've
for the
been seeing
future
it.
way back then, like everybody
Mhm.
knows.
And
And
I'm okay with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool too. Because
I-
you know, if we had bought all these games on disc, we wouldn't have nowhere to put them that we have on our console.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna
Yes.
put all those
Yes.
discs?
Thank you.
And you know what? I know there's still a lot of people that love their physical media, and that's fine. As long as they understand and they realize that eventually it's a wrap. Listen, man.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to Best Buy? How many DVDs do you see?
We were just there. Ain't nobody fucking. They don't
Yeah.
sell shit there no
I
more,
was
bro. I don't
just
know
at
what
my
Best Buy
Best-
is anymore.
I was just at my
It's
local
sad.
Best Buy 2 weeks ago. They removed all of the Blu-rays movies. I saw a couple of physical games, but mostly it's digital cards. The PlayStation was all blue because all they have is the money cards. They don't do, you know. And that's reality, man. I told stories how when I tried to go, I had it like late 90s. I still had a vehicle with cassette tape player.
I had an 8-track.
Yeah, I remember those, but I still had a cassette tape player. I remember going to a local record shop and I wanted this certain CD or cassette, and they was like, "Yo, man, they ain't bring that shit in cassette. It's only in CD." Guess what I said? Oh shit, for real? He's like, they only made it in CD, brother. You need to get your CD player, man, because cassettes are becoming more and more obsolete. Guess what I had to eventually do? I got me another vehicle, thank God, that had a CD player. But my point is, I know some of these guys, they love their physical media.
Mhm.
That shit is going away.
It's
You better
dying.
accept it
I
now.
know.
It's going away. No crying and complaining. No, the shit is going
Well,
away.
even the collector's editions,
They
come with a digital code,
Yes.
which is my
See,
dream come true. Finally,
yeah,
before
they have to.
you would
see,
be,
see, they have to though. See, money, because the PlayStation has an all digital console, and so does the Xbox. They have to have a digital code in there because they can't have a physical. They ain't about to do both. They ain't about to do a physical and a digital. They can only do a digital because they have digital codes.
Hey, Dirt, did you have one of them CD Walkman and got the cassette adapter and
Hell
plug
yeah.
it into the
Yeah.
cassette player?
When I was in high school, bro, I had my cassette in the man. Hell
I
yeah.
had my Walkman too. Dude.
I was at the bus
Man.
stop listening to shit, man. Hell yeah.
That's
My Walkman.
wild. That's wild. How
Oh,
far?
you didn't know we did that
That's
back in the day?
technology, though.
You didn't know we did that back in the day? iPod and things like that saved me and Dirt a lot of problems.
Bro, Spotify the best shit ever. Listen, anything whenever I'm ready. Just type it
digital
up.
only, baby. That's the only way that's necessary anymore, man.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense to do it any other way. And you know what? I tell you right now, pretty soon we'll be saying that same shit to consoles.
Yep.
Not pretty soon, but in the future.
Soon
I
enough.
believe the generation
That's it.
after next, but I'll be in my 60s by then. Who gives a shit? You know
my,
what I'm saying?
my body ain't in shape to do Ready Player One right now.
Oh, no, right.
We do need that shit though. We
I'm
need
too
that
old,
shit to come.
dude.
We
I'll be
need
60 in a year and a half. I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
So yeah. But no.
Time
Just the
coming, man.
time. Time
Time's
does
coming,
not
bro.
stop.
Yeah, I got on
It does
Xbox.
not
stop
I
for
got on
anybody.
Xbox at the right time, 20 years, because I played that PlayStation Online for a while, like playing the SSX, and I was like, somebody had the headphones on, and we was going, and I could tell, because I had broadband, and I could tell they lagged out when we was doing good, dude. And I was like, screw this. Let me plug my stuff into my Xbox when they finally got Xbox Live, and I was like, I met friends in Project Gotham Racing.
Mm.
and
Man,
was able
Project
to
Gotham Racing
talk
was
to
the
him.
shit, man.
That shit was game
Project
changing, man.
Gotham Racing,
It really was.
Racing 2 was just a game to play, man. We created me and my group created cat and mouse and all that stuff. You know, you never get no credit for none of the stuff you create. You know, these developers just take what you do and just put it into their stuff. But man, we've created Last Man Standing. We got cat and mouse with the Mini Cooper and all that in Nürburgring, man. That were the good old days, man.
Yeah, the good old days.
And I love Halo 2, but I'm sorry, my favorite game on the 360 was Burnout 3 Takedown and Midnight Club Dub Edition. I could not stop playing
both
them.
of those games are dope. Yeah, both of the games are dope. Hey, I know we about to get out of here, but let me tell you something right quick.
Yeah.
Xbox Live is some shit I've never experienced in my life, bro. At that time, of course, at that time, it was like, what?
Yes.
I'm talking to people
life
that ain't
changing.
here.
You was like party chat? What the hell?
At party chat, that was a 360 thing, but I'm talking about the original 360. I
Yeah,
mean,
just having to talk to people out in the streets.
It wasn't party chat on the Xbox.
You got with your friends, you hit them up on the regular OG Xbox, and then you hit them up, and then they all come down there, and then you guys decide what you're gonna play. So then you load it up.
Was it party chat?
Yeah, there was a party chat.
I always thought that started in the 360 because I know you always used to go to game chat on the original Xbox, but that was something I would never forget, man.
Yeah, you didn't know? Yeah, we figured out what we were gonna play, either Halo 2 or we were gonna play Project Gotham or something else. You know what I'm saying? Or we made the decision to play Forza. So we do that, we load up the game, and then we jumped into the game, then we joined the in the game and had the chats and stuff like that. Yeah.
Great stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it was a beautiful time, man. We'll never get that back. And you know what?
It's not the
All
same
these people
anymore.
will never experience that.
Ain't
None
the
of these
same.
young kids.
Oh, they experience it
know.
now because our Xbox Live is still better than the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, but it's that feeling of never having
That's
had
never
that
coming
being
again.
able to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all on their TikToks and all they're communicating with all these motherfuckers constantly. You know what I'm saying? It's just another way for them. You know what I'm saying?
I hate TikTok. That's why I don't like TikTok and Instagram. I have them, but I don't do nothing with them because I do not want to be part of that world. Period.
Yeah, I can't do Instagram either. TikTok, I can fall into the trap, maybe.
Don't fall into the trap, CMoney. Don't. I mean, I'm sorry, Doodles. Don't fall into the trap.
I can't fucking
Baby Yoda.
It's a freaking rabbit hole. You start seeing these videos, you're like, oh damn. I've been here for an hour.
Give you the Google Live if you do that. He gonna give you the Google Live back there if you start doing TikToks.
No. The homie TD Jakes, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says good evening. The ponies have been swallowing. You are stating facts. That's literally what they do on a normal basis. TD Jakes back to back, man. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says Dirt, we missed you at the family barbecue, little brother.
Hey, I ain't hanging with TD Jakes or P Diddy. None of them dudes. Get out of here.
Damn, you get smoke everywhere, dude.
Oh my god. The homie Silent Cypher, thank you both for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says my Best Buy replaced the dick section. Did I say
the what section? Oh man. Hold on, CMoney. The what section?
It's been so long since he's seen the word disc, man. He just got tongue-tied, man. It happened.
Oh man.
There's a what section at Best Buy?
Bruh. Hey, I do not want to go to that Best Buy.
Holy shit. God damn, what the hell happened there? I don't know. Let me try that again.
Mustard?
Somebody's gonna clip that. Somebody's gonna clip that.
What was that?
I don't know what happened. Ponies have been swallowing. TD Jakes just said that. I don't know why. It just got all tied up. My Best Buy replaced the disc.
Oh, got it.
With lawnmowers.
What lawnmowers are doing at Best Buy?
Well, what's Dick's doing in Best Buy? You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows these answers.
You just had to double down on that, didn't you, CMoney? You just couldn't leave it alone, could you? Next thing you know, Best Buy is going to be selling mustard to keep you out of Best Buy.
Goddamn. Listen.
Hey, Moonlight Ace, I was not at P. Diddy house, you piece of shit.
Hey, here's the part Anything changed? LOL.
That wasn't me. How dare you?
That's that Best Buy. That's that Best Buy. That's what they call it. That's the secret name.
Oh man.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap this.
Yeah, man, it's getting crazy on here, man.
We turn. This is what happens on the show. The shit turns and then goes in a direction forever.
Have you seen his
Dirt
show?
was hanging with Meek Mill.
Have you seen Dirt show? Let's be real.
Oh man, I hanging with Meek Mill, man. Come on, man. This is the end of this shit, man.
Oh my god,
it was crazy, man.
Hey, I'm fine.
Niggas at Best Buy.
I only got one insult today, so I'm good.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
man.
Well, guys, what a fucking show. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, our awesome guests, for rocking with us.
Thank you guys so
Oh,
much.
what a fun show, man. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Listen, let's go ahead and get you guys out. But before we do, I guess Sir Riffle decided to toss one in before we get out.
Let's go.
Oh, Sir Riffle, thank you, brother,
you.
for being here. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. It says, I used to be strictly physical, but my lazy ass don't want to get off the couch anymore.
Right. He ain't never
It's
lied,
too
bro.
easy to swap games now. Quick resume is the best.
I'm with you,
It's
bro.
I feel that
100%.
It's
I
too
was there
easy,
too.
bro. Yep.
Facts. Did you guys real quick? Did you guys fuck with OnLive at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I
Nope.
did. So that was the first like streaming gaming console that came out.
I remember that.
And so I did, and I could tell you right now that at that moment, that was only obviously all streaming, right? So there was no more, there's no disc or anything. And when I had that, that is what immediately converted me to never wanting to buy discs again. I still had to because at the time they were still on, like, the regular consoles were up, but that shit gave me that taste, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot keep doing this shit. Like, you could just swap out from one game right to another while you're playing, didn't have to get up. Come on, man.
I got
I'm
you beat.
not saying we should be lazy, but fuck.
I got you beat some money. The original Sega channel that was on Comcast, that was streaming. That was streaming. And it worked flawlessly. I could not get that out of my mother's hands. She just got to place the games on Sega channel. So I got her another device too. So yeah,
I remember the Sega channel. I never played it.
Laziness. I think what it comes down to is just like being commitment, being able to just access something and say, I don't want to do this. I want to move on.
Yeah, because you know your game, you can have your game preloaded while you're at work, and then when you get home, you're ready to go. You ain't got to go to the store. You ain't got to do nothing because Microsoft usually preloads your game, and then you just get a quick little pass to show that it's ready to go. Just play it right then and there.
Now, I will say one thing that OnLive did that was just the dopest shit to me, and I don't understand why people haven't or the systems haven't done it, especially with the streaming capabilities that are out there right now. The fucking when you would log into like the dashboard, you would literally see a whole bunch of screens, right? Like a bunch of squares, and there were different games being played, and those games were people playing right there live. Like, those were people playing live, and if you wanted to go play a game, you could just click on it and you would join their game. If it was a multiplayer game or if it was a single player game, you would just click, like, oh, like you could be watching something, seeing it, be like, wow, that looks dope, click it and go to the game itself. That shit was fire.
Yeah.
So
like, can you imagine getting on and seeing all your like friends, like a wall of just a bunch of games being played, and it's your actual like friend list, actively playing games? That would be fire.
That's pretty dope.
And you could just like click it to join them. That's sick.
So I freaking just laughed because TSWS Gaming.
Hey, Ham Solo, I'm gonna get you.
Yes,
I'm gonna get you Friday.
Coming. Oh my god.
Yo, tell Sir X-Men my grandpa will see him at Costco at noon tomorrow for samples and blood pressure check.
Oh, he's in so much trouble on Friday on GRG.
Oh my God, that was
That's fucked up.
hilarious.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. All right. See the show's turning. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much,
Thank
Sir
you.
X-Man.
Yes, sir.
Tell us, man, where can the fine people out here in the YouTube world and
I don't
Twitter
know.
world? Listen, by the way, let me just say something. This is the first time that we have a shit ton of people watching us on Twitter,
Shout out to everyone on
which
Twitter.
is wild.
Thank you so much, you
shout out
guys.
to everyone. We have like 411 people watching us on Twitter. That's dope.
We appreciate you all.
Dope.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Well, we
y'all.
sent out so many repeats on
Absolutely.
Twitter. I mean, it was just unreal. I'm like, really? It was all over the
That's
place.
dope.
For this show.
That's dope. But yeah, tell everybody where to find you, what they can follow you, how to follow you, what shows you be on, what you be doing out here in these streets.
Yeah, well, I ain't giving you no Facebook information. That's for family only.
No.
But you can find me on Twitter. Name spelled.
Yeah, it's still like 317 looking on Twitter.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter. Same spelling, Sir X-Man, Sir space X space man. That's me. Xbox, same name. Been there for 20 years. And that's pretty much it. And you can see me on GRG Friday with K Mega and the Evil Ham Solo. And Viper, who is so slanderous on ponies. It's worse than anybody out here. He hits them so hard. But other than that, I float around the boom and everybody else. That's about it, everyone. Y'all know me forever.
Thank you so much for rocking with us today. Such a pleasure. Thank you.
You're very welcome, young lady. And I'm gonna find somebody to come steal that Yoda when you ain't around. I want that. I want that baby Yoda.
Damn.
I want that baby Yoda. That baby Yoda is tight, dude. She needs to tell me where she got that, because that's a tight baby. I like that. I've got a thing for the Mandalorian. I'm sorry, and Baby Yoda is the king.
Mandalorian was the shit back in the day. I don't know what happened.
Game got canceled, baby.
No, I'm talking about the series.
Yeah. I love part 1. Part 2 was good. Part 3,
you guys never told me. You guys never told me what y'all thought about episode 5 of Halo.
Oh my goodness, we're waiting
for
both of them to
start. For the double.
We're going doubles, baby. We're doing doubles.
No, we loved it too much.
Yo,
we did the first 2
4th episode
and then 3 or 4
was wild. Yo,
I feel like
you watching the show?
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch part 5.
You didn't start yet?
No. I watched episode 1 through 4. I didn't see 5 yet.
Oh yeah, see, 4 was such a high that I got only imagine that 5 is going to be slightly lower. So that's why you need a 6.
Yes.
So that
I'm not going to spoil nothing, but I'm just going to say it's a setup, and you'll see the setup.
See, that's what we saw. That's what we
want to do. We want 2 at a time.
I can't wait though. It's going to be so good.
Right, before we get there out,
you are going to cry.
Oh boy.
Well, it is Master Chief. He does that to me. The homie Pomoro, man. Thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you for that $5 Canadian dollar, man. Appreciate it. Sorry I'm late. Salutations and love. I was playing Bolt Gun on Game Pass.
Nice.
Game Pass is the shit. That game is the boomer shooter this dude needs. Get it. Sucks to be a pony.
What's up, Pomoro? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, player? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right, Dirt, man. Listen, obviously, everybody know who you are. Everybody knows where to find you. But for grins and giggles, let's say somebody stumbles upon this channel and says, who the fuck is this dude right here? Tell us where you are, how to follow you, where to find you. Tell us everything, sir.
Well, thank you guys for inviting me. First off, have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, check out my channel, Dirt Griggity. I should be able to put it in the chat. Dirt Griggity. I talk a lot of shit. I'm not a fan of ponies, and we have a lot of fun, man. That's about it. But thank you guys.
Did you put it in the chat? Where is it?
Yeah, I just put it in there.
Oh, there you go. All right, cool.
If you haven't subbed to me, because there are some names I don't usually see on my channel. So, but these guys were still insulting me and shit. So I'm like, well, maybe they are on my channel. They just don't say nothing.
They watch the replay, man.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
No, listen, I gotta tell you, I didn't know, but there's 3 different groups of people that exist.
Mm-hmm.
There's the live show people, there's replay people who only know us and communicate to us through the comments,
the messages,
when
yeah,
they
the
watch it
comments.
back at another time. And then there's video people who don't watch shit live and they just watch whatever videos you put out.
Yeah.
They don't all intersect. It's crazy. There's
Yeah.
like not that much overlap.
What you guys got to do though? Do you guys do this like timestamps yet?
God damn it. I know.
I know.
When you have the timestamps, you can somehow get the video people to look at the podcast
because they look for the specific thing.
They want to hear certain topics.
Someone.
But this one was all over the place, dude. So it's gonna be hard to timestamp anything.
Hey, I know you guys like I do my chapters during the show because when I change the subject,
listen. Let me tell you something. I heard what you did. Look what I got right here.
Oh, this is
book. This is my chapters book. You know what's in it?
Shit.
Okay. Nothing. Because I haven't ready.
Funny? I keep grabbing the pen, I swing it around, and then I forget why I'm holding the pen. I put it down. And that's that.
I just
look at my
chapters.
That's how it happens.
Man.
Look at my chapter
do it.
Get him a mustard color one. You remember that one?
See? That's what we got to do.
I need a volunteer who watches us all the time.
Please.
Even if you watch it back later, just DM me the chapters and I'll put them in.
Now that's when it's difficult because I usually just do the show and listen back. It was too hard. It was too time consuming.
Yeah, see, I can't do it, man.
Shit. Yeah, why? Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, it
but
makes
but
sense.
you figure it out. You know, you guys will figure it out.
Hey, you guys are giving me knowledge for whenever I decide to do my own show.
Let's go.
I got a name for it already. Boomstick keep telling me do it. I'm like, I ain't ready.
Are you gonna announce your show's name here?
No. Boomstick know what the name is. K-Mega know what the name is, and a few other people, but I ain't telling.
All right. Well, we're ready for it. So guys, thank you again for being here. Now,
guys.
remember, we're not done. We will be back here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. But joke's on you because we're actually going to be streaming the Xbox Partner Preview. So we'll be here at 12:30.
Yes.
For a little pre-show. We'll chill with the chat, see what we got going on, what thoughts we got. We'll watch the show together. We'll do a quick, recap at the end, and then we'll be out. And then we'll be back at 4 p.m. Eastern with our podcast, On Point, the gaming podcast. And towards the end of the show, we're gonna have, for the first time ever, a surprise little guest.
Ooh.
We'll have Doc Dark.
Let's go.
He's gonna come through, rock with us for a little bit towards the end of the show. It's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, come check us out there. And then on Friday, we will be back with her, him, and a guest. And that will be with our homie Everborn Saga.
Yes, let's go.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Show. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Definitely be here. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Check it out. It's gonna be a good time. And then don't forget, we will be back on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time with Morning Quest with Doodle and CMoney to talk about whatever other crazy shit pops up, as it always does. And with that, we will end the show as we always end our show, the way we end it every single time. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Keep them ponies in pieces, everyone. Keep them ponies in pieces. That's it. I'm done.
The ponies in pieces. Doodle, until next time.
You're intruding.
You're fucking intruding.